That's about
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
25 weeks.
Wow.
25 weeks.
25 weeks.
25 weeks. Welcome
25
everyone
geeks.
to the B3 Gaming Cast, episode 25. What's that? 25 geeks?
I'm
25
sorry.
weeks, 25 geeks. All right. Awesome. This is, as usual, Janzer247, your host. We have Count Chocula.
Yeah, that's me. Count Chocula. How you doing?
And Gamertron.
Hey, hi, how you doing? Hope everybody's had a fantastic week, having a wonderful day. Glad to be back on.
All right. So what was this you were saying, Count? Logitech C922?
Oh, yeah. The
special for streamers.
Logitech has a new webcam out for streamers. It's the C922, I believe. Comes with a cool little tripod, and it comes with like it makes it easier to chroma key, and it's just got some features like it'll stream at 60 frames at 720p, 30 frames at 1080p.
Does it add like a cleavage overlay? Just just on so you can be ready to go, you know? Like
What
pump up
happened to
those
Ash
babies,
Friendly?
plump them up. Wait, what?
Hey, that one's on you.
I didn't
man.
say
That
any derogatory terms or phrases.
Yeah, I don't see how saying I like tits is derogatory. I mean,
Well,
everyone
I didn't
likes
even
tits.
go in and say
Not
that
everybody.
either, but
Yeah,
I am
that-
describing. I'm being radio friendly.
You're making
would.
fun of
Wait,
the Twitch.
tits isn't radio friendly?
No,
You're making
do you
fun
not
of the
know
Twitch camera whores. is what
radio?
you're doing.
Wow, Count, how dare you, sir?
What? That's what they call
I
it on
am
radio.
just. I am simply speaking to the business-minded streamers
you're not.
that know the properties and variables that. I can't keep going. I'm sorry. I tried. That was going pretty good for a while.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, it's getting deep in here. I don't have
It
my
sounded
boots.
starting to sound like work. So I was like, all right, let me stop this. We do that during the week.
You're making fun of
C922.
Twitch camera whores, is what you're doing. Come on, man. And that's
What?
what they call them, the cam whore. That's not me. I mean, that's what YouTube calls them. So.
With the Casey Trons and whatever.
Yeah,
Actually, but she's not. She is, but she isn't, right?
It's
That's the
not
thing.
that bad.
She is and she isn't, because her whole thing is like she understands and she makes fun of it, blah, 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 blah. She's still
like
doing
that
it.
soda popping, a real pop. He's like the number one.
He's got a good set
more-
of tits?
No,
He
soda
doesn't?
popping. His girlfriend.
Oh.
Oh, I can see how it's gonna go. Okay.
Ping pong popping. Whoa. I want to see that stream.
That's not Winona Ryder. That was Winona Ryder in South Park, really. All right.
Sorry, I was taking a drink. You almost
Yeah,
got me to
I was
laugh
about
there.
to, but
Yeah, I know what scene you're talking about. Wasn't that the movie?
yeah, that was bigger, longer, uncut.
There
Yeah.
you go. All right, man. I think this is a good start. So we had a slight. The reason why we're going this way is we had a small conversation about
Oh no.
advertiser-friendly phrases. Count,
Here,
why are
let-
you
let me cut
knowing?
through the bullshit. This is what Janser's getting at. Count, shut your fucking mouth.
Basically, Count
That's
saying that I'm being
what-
a dictator and censoring his free speech. And I was saying, I'm not. I'm only saying you can't say.
You don't have to be the dead horse. Just let it go.
I like.
Janser.
It's funny to me too, though. It's funny.
I already said you were right.
Oh,
what more do you
jeez.
want?
No, I just want, so that there's no misunderstanding. Count and the audience, we're not saying that you can't say these things. We're just saying maybe say it a different way. Like instead of saying "I fucked your mother last night," you say
Oh,
"I
wow,
had,
holy
I
shit.
had
Wait a second.
intercourse with your
Jesus.
mother
Wait
last
a
night."
second. Wait a second. This is a conspiracy thing going on between you two. Okay. All right. We need a fourth member of the podcast. Somebody that'll be on
I
my
actually
side.
don't even know what he's talking about right now. I'm surprised that he even went that hard on that.
Oh, well, I know.
Come on, I set you up for that. No? Nothing?
I know.
Okay, all right.
I don't-
Jesus,
I
come
know
on.
you set me up. I'm trying to, hard. Yeah, penis.
So, this is supposed to be a video gaming podcast. Anything about video games?
Yes.
Or Twitch. We were talking about Twitch. Twitch Prime.
Yes.
Anyone? Twitch
I'm
Prime?
curious.
Yeah.
Which Prime? What? They're following after Warframe now?
Well,
What's
no.
Twitch
I
Prime?
mean, Amazon bought Twitch a while back. Like, what, a year ago or something? I
Right.
can't remember.
Yeah.
So, they have Amazon Prime. Well, now if you have Amazon Prime, you'll have the option to like. I guess you now have Twitch Prime as well. It takes over in
Turbo.
place of Turbo, right?
Right.
But if you only have Turbo, you have to upgrade if you want to Twitch Prime, which I have the list of things. It's like free game loot every month, like a new Hearthstone hero or indie game.
Oh, that explains this thing on the
Get
side.
discounts
like,
on new
Twitch,
release box games at Amazon from pre-order until 2 weeks after launch. Link your Amazon and Twitch accounts for ad-free viewing experience. Free stuff like exclusive emotes and chat badge. And one free channel subscription per every 30 days.
The emotes thing cracks me up, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
the last one, the one free channel subscription every 30 days, I guess you can keep stacking them up, or you... See, I'm not sure about that. Is it like, well, I want to be a sub to Caseytron, but I don't want to pay or anything. So I could, after 30 days, I get a free sub? Is that what that is?
I think.
Huh. I don't wonder if you stack them up.
Yeah, I think you get one free sub to the...
Not one extra, like one additional.
Yeah, like one freebie for the streamer of your choice or some shit. I don't know.
Okay, so only one per month. Okay, got it. All right. It's
Something
not like you
like
can
that.
stack up 12 in a year and then 24 in 2 years. All right, fair enough, I suppose. And
I think Amazon Prime is $10.99 a month, if I'm not mistaken. So, and what was Turbo?
Ooh.
Twitch Turbo was $8.99, something like that.
yeah,
So,
I never really bothered with Turbo because it just seemed like too much money that I'm already paying Netflix, so I just not gonna pay Netflix and Twitch.
now I've redone my Spotify, and I've just got too much shit.
Yeah, exactly. I got the Spotify
principle of the
thing.
matter,
Yeah.
because we're all about principles on this podcast.
Well, I mean, no, I would say if I had a bunch of like what are they called? Titty streamers, booby streamers, or
Damn whores.
game whores, whatever. If I was sub to a bunch of them, yes, I would pay for it because that's kind of like that's softcore porn in it. Not really. I mean, it's not really.
No.
It's like Playboy to
Maybe if you're like 13 years old.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't see that. It's like, Mom, it's just the Twitch games I'm watching. Ooh, boobies.
She's got her webcam like zoomed in on her bosom.
Right. But the kid's like, no, this is my subscription to video game watching. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. And hell, those ASMR, the girls that do the ASMR videos now, there's some of them that just have their webcam on their breast while they're doing their shit.
I kind
They
of
don't
like
even
that
show
idea.
their faces anymore. I'm like,
Well, that's actually a bonus for some chicks.
yeah, I know, but it's just like, really?
Gamertron,
Come on.
when are you going to put out your ASMR video? I'm just curious.
If you guys want to know.
Oh, God, get that out of my ears.
Boy, I feel all tingly.
I feel...
Kidding, man.
Ugh.
No homo.
Oh. All right.
I barely got in like 2 seconds.
I know. That's no. Just no.
Well, you're the one who asked for it.
No, I said, when are you going to put it out? I didn't say do it now.
The bottom line here, does any of you like subscribe to Amazon Prime already?
No.
I don't, yeah.
See, I canceled mine like a year ago.
And if anyone in chat does, let us know, and we'll
Yeah.
Because I don't, I know like one dude at the place I worked that subscribed to Amazon Prime, but he was also kind of a douchebag. So I kind of figured that maybe that went hand in hand. I'm like, how much money do you have to just blow to just keep buying bullshit from Amazon that you need a fucking subscription to Amazon Prime because you're just constantly
maybe if you're
sucking
a live
down.
streamer that keeps like upgrading your shit. I mean, I might do it to try to get a deal on a gaming chair and then cancel it or some shit, Because I gotta upgrade my gaming chair.
Yeah, gonna get.
I guess I don't have to.
Get rid of the custom
But you see,
Marvel
your gaming
Heroes
chair,
DX Racer. Yeah.
Your gaming chair is like like a PC. You have to swap out the parts. Sometimes you gotta get a new one entirely.
The hell are you
But
talking
change
it's
out
all
the
about
wheels.
the color scheme.
Yeah,
I was told by a guy that if I didn't get a red and black one, because I wanted to get a black and yellow one. He's like, "Oh no, you're not a true gamer then." I'm like,
I'm
what
not
the
a true
fuck
gamer.
Does the color of my chair have to do with the goddamn?
Yeah.
Someone actually said that?
I'm
Yeah,
using a steel case, and it's fucking amazing. It's like I can't like $2,500 or something. Yeah, it's
damn.
ridiculous. Yeah, it's
Damn.
amazing though. Not a gaming
Wow.
chair at all. It's it's intended to have like ergonomic like up the ass or whatever, So
Well, I've had this chair. Like I bought the old house I used to own. I bought a house back in the year 2000, and the realtor gave me this office chair as like a gift, and I've had it since. It's a real high quality office chair, and I've had it since. But
So
my
what were the
gaming
other
chair is water cooled. Jakey boy says
that's interesting. What were the other Twitch things that you were saying there were changes to? Count?
I don't remember saying that.
Oh, I thought you said that was
I
some
can
other
tell
Twitch
you that
shit.
there are some changes. They've completely changed the UI of the website.
Right. That
I
much.
I don't know why. Well, some things I do like that they changed. Like, for instance, when you go to your own channel, it's a lot easier to get to the videos, followers, and those following you. I do like that they have simplified some things in some regards, but they've complicated other stuff in other regards. Like, they left the kind of the bar on the side, I don't know how you describe that, just the bar tab on the side for select, like following games, discover, that sort of thing. They've left that mostly the same. Underneath it, though, now this explains it when you explain the Amazon Prime thing to me. The new free with Prime, like when you sign up for Amazon Prime, you're getting surprisingly quite a few like exclusive stuff for games. Like there's some exclusive character skins for characters in Smite, in Paladins, Hearthstone, and I've never heard this game. Well,
Sorry,
Streamline?
I opened
Never
up
heard
the
of
channel and a
Streamline.
fucking ad, even though it's muted, the goddamn ad played music for a second, and I just
Oh, of course.
I'm sorry, that's going to come out in the damn audio. I'm trying to look at what you're saying, so.
Plus, what you cut out for just like 1 second, Gamertron. What game do you not hear? What game did you not know about?
Streamline. Have you guys ever heard of a game called Streamline? Because apparently, like,
If you haven't heard of it, I'm probably sure I haven't heard
Yeah,
of
where's
it.
this at?
on the side, like it's underneath the Hearthstone thing.
I'm not seeing that.
The free with Prime. Free
Oh,
with
that
Prime, like,
that
if
bull. I do see what you're talking about now. Okay. Well, yeah,
I've
you know,
never heard of
Amazon's
it.
throwing their hat in the ring with gaming. Did you all read about that?
Yes. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. But that goes to show you the power of gaming, how big it's getting.
Well,
see what
maybe
you're talking about,
maybe
yeah.
they can put YouTube out of business. Yeah. That'd be cool if Amazon had their own upload, kind of made their own YouTube. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would be cool.
they have
but,
the storage too. I mean, S3.
Oh, yeah.
We use that.
but Count,
Excuse
the
me.
only people putting YouTube out of business is YouTube.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
nice.
That's a good point.
Good cut.
Yeah.
So, what happened this week of YouTube outrage? Is it still all about YouTube Heroes?
No, that's
It's died down quite a
Yeah,
bit.
it's died down considerably. Like, I think YouTube's kind of gotten the message. Like they've put out quite a few statements trying to reassure people where this is undergoing many changes. It's like an alpha beta stage. They're looking into the complaints and stuff like that. I still find it incredibly ironic that they disabled the comments on that video and they
Well, did
disabled.
you see the dislike ratio of the
yeah. That's because that
1
is
to
slow.
1,000 or some shit like that? Yeah,
Exactly. Holy shit. So yeah, I think YouTube has kind of gotten the message. Like, YouTube are dumb, but they do listen from time to time, and hopefully this outrage, because outrage can be used for good when in moderation. So hopefully they got a message, and they're putting YouTube Heroes under some major renovation so that it doesn't allow anybody and everybody to mass flag videos.
Nothing happened.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, because corporate speak, in fact, most corporations focus on training, and the training has to do with what they say to the public. That's pretty much it. We want to indoctrinate you so that way when you get asked about certain things about the corporation, you know what to say to the public. It's not, we're going to teach you how these processes work so we can help out the people that are using our service. No, we're going to teach you how the company wants you to think about the company so you can answer that way. Yeah, so, yeah, they haven't... anyone could put out a fucking corporate speak note about, like, oh, sure, we're... not to worry, everyone, we're going to make changes, but they're not going to be in effect until blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, so nothing's come up yet. We'll see how it goes. We'll see when your channel gets shut down, Gamertron.
Thanks for that. Thanks.
Yeah,
I
no
died
problem.
a little inside.
No problem.
No,
It'll be the ASMR video that does it.
basically they're just trying to moderate you. They're trying to moderate their website on the cheap and make it, try to make it seem like, oh, we're giving incentives for people to go around to moderate it, but it'll die out.
Yeah, I doubt there's very few people that will have any actual interest in becoming a YouTube hero.
Yeah, once it's all said and done, when they find out that they really don't have the censoring power that they thought they were going to have, it's all going to go by the wayside. You know what I mean?
What was the previous scandal?
The scandal before that was the whole demonetizing videos that weren't advertiser friendly.
Yeah. Which isn't really a recent scandal because, I mean, they've been doing this for the last couple years. They're just now notifying you in a more timely basis that your videos have been demonetized. I guess some of the YouTubers went back and looked at their analytics, which maybe they need to do more often. But they went back and looked at their analytics and said, "Oh wait, I didn't realize that video was demonetized. It's been demonetized for the last 6 months." Now they're getting. Now it's kind of a positive thing on the side of if you're a big YouTuber, because now they are notifying you more that your videos are getting demonetized, that you're getting screwed over. They're just not telling you that you're, now they're telling you basically you're getting screwed, instead of just keeping you in the dark, while you're getting screwed.
I think a lot of it's just a lot of the YouTube creators are just assuming that this corporation, this company, is going to do the right thing. Which means that a lot of people have never worked for any big company before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
There is no, we don't care about you is really what it is. But thank you for doing work for us. And here's a few pennies. Yeah.
And they're always like, well, we're the ones that actually built YouTube. And, look, man, they could shut it down tomorrow and not care about any of you. They could reset the entire website. To think that a big corporation actually, like you're saying, cares about these content creators on a personal level, and they feel personally hurt.
No.
That it's not going to happen. You're delusional.
I can speak from experience.
Yeah, exactly. So you might as well just thicken your skin and just bend over, and you know what.
Well, on top of that, just don't throw everything into YouTube. Like, I have a lot invested in YouTube, but I don't have everything. I have a backup plan in case everything goes to shit. Like
it's Twitter tube.
The point is, like, people shouldn't look at YouTube as a full-time job. You can look at it as a job, absolutely, but never look into it full-time because it's too sporadic. It's too unpredictable. Like, with other jobs, you can make predictions, you can make preparations. With YouTube, it's the jungle out there. You got to be prepared. You got to come prepared, and you got to make the realization that, hey, I may have to leave, get into another profession. There's many other ways to make money on the internet, and there's many other ways to, I know it's difficult as hell to get a decent 9-to-5 job nowadays. Well, at least where I live, it's incredibly, remarkably difficult.
Why? You actually have to go apply.
I was going to say why though. What's so special about Canada that makes it hard to? No, I've never heard that.
It's not Canada specifically. It's not Canada. It's where I specifically live in Canada, around my area. It's very difficult to get a job.
That really isn't saying it. We don't have to go into this. This is not video game. But I'm curious for my own sake, just because I'm a curious piece of shit, and I want to know.
I'll let you know later, man. I'll let you know.
Is there low unemployment rate where there's not a lot of jobs available or whatever,
It's a mix of everything, and again, I can go into greater detail later.
Fine.
But going back to YouTube, it's just like, again, I understand why YouTubers are complaining. If you put a lot of time and effort into anything, like, you can understand the outrage.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
If you put so much time into content creation, making videos, you're going to be upset when YouTube does something that screws over your hard work. I get that entirely, but everybody's got to realize that YouTube is not stable. It's resourceful, it's usable, but it's not stable. It's never going to be stable. It's going to rock the boat sometimes, and like you said, Count, there's always the possibility that it could all disappear in a second. So you have to be an adult, basically. Have a backup plan. Have a backup plan. Well,
Well said. Well said.
Well, look, I do want to bring up this. Like, Volts here lives in Canada too, and he says almost all jobs require some experience from what I've encountered. Count, isn't that pretty normal? that jobs require experience?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
It depends on what kind of job you're going for.
The only ones that don't require it are like fast food and really menial jobs.
If you're going out for a job that's highly touted and there's a lot of competition for that job, obviously they're going to take the guy with the most experience. Mm-hmm. That'll even override a lot of education.
I'll say this, like being in a job that's, we require like a degree and some experience and all that. Even though we put out a lot of requirements for web developers, we still don't expect every single one of those things to be met because the job market just isn't going to provide.
It's not realistic.
It's not.
Exactly.
So I've said this to Gamertron a long time ago, is you can't ever count yourself out. You just have to go and give it a shot.
Yeah.
And see. Well, you say of course, but then you're also saying, well, there's not a lot of. And to me. This is not a conversation for gaming. All right, let's go back to gaming.
It does relate to gaming because we've been trying to coerce Gamertron. I only get to interact with Gamertron for a few hours a week normally, sometimes more. But it's like, man, you should be applying. You should get online and see which of these video game.
There are a lot of them in Canada.
Oh yes, like there's Ubisoft, there's BioWare, and don't think I ain't
this other
trying.
podcast I listen to, all four of those guys are in
man.
Canada, and they all were games testers, and they are all
Gazillion.
Oh, that would be an awesome job.
Gazillion.
It's in San Francisco.
Wait, is it Gafallion or Gazillion?
Gazillion.
I could swore it was Gafallion. Is it Gafallion? King Gafallion? Is that the YouTuber or the Twitch streamer?
That's the Twitch streamer. I'm talking about Gazillion, the people that make Marvel Heroes.
Oh, yeah. So I can get you free shit if I work it there.
No, I'm not talking about that. I haven't even been playing that game that much. But, they're always they're growing and expanding and they're hiring.
All right. Yeah, that's...
We've gone through
speaking of beating a dead horse,
yes.
Jesus Christ.
Boy.
This is not gonna, it's not gonna change his mind. I'd
like to see him working in the games industry. So
I would too, and he could totally do it.
I'm going to try. Don't think I'm not
every
trying.
month that you don't have a job in a studio or in marketing or an advertisement, it hurts me inside, Gamertron.
Yeah.
I hear you.
You should be the community director for a game.
You can absolutely do that.
Fabulous community director.
You can absolutely do that. That's not a problem. That is not a problem.
You could get on the live stream. Hey, you've got.
Oh my God!
Have you seen Have you seen the guy for fucking DC Universe? I know I've done this before. Fucking the guy his name's Ted Stone. He's a fucking. Oh my God! The amoeba has more personality than this guy. Okay,
I've seen the guy. I have, and I told Counter, I was like, "Dude, this guy is a piece of shit." I was like,
he's a joke.
His job sucks, so why is he doing it? Just get out of there and get.
You would be great for that. I mean, come on.
I know, I'm looking at this from an outsider perspective, but for me, being able to just work or be associated with a video game would just be awesome.
Hell yeah, it would.
Even if it's a game that you don't have interest in at the present moment, you could grow to you could grow to learn more about the game and get experience.
Also, another tick on your resume. Always
you could go be the community manager for that game called Hatred. I think that's what it was called.
Oh!
That's a cool game, man. I like that game. It's fantasy, man.
McEdgemeister.
Wait, are you talking about a different Hatred? Or are we talking about that despicable...
Gamertron, you kill... In video games, you kill people on a daily basis on video.
That's true.
There's more sinister intent in that game, but it's a video game. Come on.
I get that. It doesn't mean I like the premise. No, you brought it up. Now I'm going to bring it up. The reason I give Hatred an exception, I don't mind killing in video games.
Oh, that's right. You hate that game. I forgot about that. I saw that video of yours.
I hate Hatred. Yeah. It's its premise specifically. The fact that your whole objective, the goal of the game, is to kill civilians. In other games, you have the option. You have the option to goof around and attack the people of the city and be a douchebag. You're given a choice. In this game, it wants you to play as a mass shooter. It wants you to gun down innocent civilians. I'm okay with games having you play as bad guys, but I think there are just certain lines where I can't see myself crossing personally.
Have you ever played the zombie in Dying Light where you're trying to kill people?
yeah, that's fun
what
as hell.
about that?
Well, there you go.
What about that game where there's a baby that's trying to kill itself, and you're like the parent? So is that a game that you also hate? You're like the parent trying to keep the baby from drinking bleach.
I know what you're talking
It's
about.
hilarious. It is funny
Have
as
you
hell.
seen Cockroach Simulator?
I think that's Who's Your Daddy? Who's Your Daddy?
That's
I think
the
Who's
that's
Your
the name of
Daddy?
the
That's
game.
right. Yeah.
That looks hilarious, but it's not really advocating like for babies to go drink bleach.
Right.
It
Come on, hatred is just supposed to be it's supposed to be like a gruesome, game. That's the beautiful thing about video games.
I just find the premise distasteful, and that's just me. That's just me. Like, I'm not. Well, there are some arguments that could be made about the quality of the game, but for me personally, I don't like the premise.
So you don't like Grand Theft Auto either.
Yeah, I don't like Grand Theft Auto mostly for the gameplay, but again, that's another personal
Or Saints
thing.
Row.
Oh, I love Saints Row.
Well, I mean, they do despicable things in Saints Row.
Oh yeah, but they do despicable things, but they're self-aware and they make fun of it. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
I love Saints Row.
Okay. Purple dildos and shit. Hats. Sorry, Janser.
Demonetized.
There's nothing. No one. That's not an offensive or racial slur towards somebody.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Unless there's a sentient race of dildos out there that listens to our podcast through satellite.
I'm just being
In that case, the sentient dildo race, we're sorry. Also, if you have a job for Gamertron, can you come pick them up? Games testing dildos.
Somewhere in somewhere in this great cosmos, there may be a world that's full of dildo people that I've offended. Okay, so yes, we are through with this conversation.
Fair enough. All
I'm
right.
just joking.
Okay, here's a question: how did the giant sentient dildos reproduce?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
That's a bit too far for me. I was trying to think of names for them, like I'm
Dildodians or
yeah,
something?
like
the
like
dictoids?
that.
Dictoids?
Sure, yeah, something along that line, or like, there's dildos, and then there's a sector of the community that's like the tractor trailer edition. So this is huge. The
RPG says the Dildarians, and Grammatron Dryad says Grimace's Donger.
Yeah,
that's the deity that they worship.
The lung bruiser. I don't know. It's just how far it just.
How in the fuck did we get? I'm sorry. See, I'm bad for this.
No,
show,
this is
man.
great.
No, I'm bad for the show.
This is great.
Janser, you're 100% right. I need to just.
There
quit.
are a few, and it's probably more personal for me that I'm like, I just don't, want to hear these phrases too many times. That's me. And that goes back to that whole thing about like, well, I'll run my own podcast if I want to, that kind of thing. But yeah, right, exactly. So that's
Is that a microaggression?
Are you microaggressed, or are you? What's the other one? Shit.
Is that passive
Micro triggered.
aggressiveness?
I think
Yeah.
I'm micro triggered. I'm not fully triggered yet.
The
Just a
RPG says that this podcast has devolved, and I think it's all my fault. So
has it devolved, or has
This
it
is
gotten
probably
better?
my last
This is quite entertaining. Look at all of the people that are actually chatting now.
I'm probably that's probably my last episode.
Neapolitan flavored.
Oh, don't be
dildos?
ridiculous, you bum.
What? Wow, Jesus! What's with the personal
You're the one with
attacks?
the YouTube job, really?
The-
Anyway,
Damn.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm kidding.
I'm getting
Gamertron?
through. All right.
joking.
Anyways, in
So, video
gaming
games.
news, yes,
Fragger?
gaming news that should have us all excited.
Oh, drum roll.
It's basically been confirmed. Like everybody says, it's a rumor, but
Drum
from
roll.
the sources it's coming from, it's basically been confirmed. Destiny 2 will be coming to the PC.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I thought you were talking
also
about- I thought it was hatred too. Anyway,
Oh,
okay,
ha,
that's
ha.
that counts. Mine was. You want to know what the next note I have on this? You want to know what it is? OverSnatch. So let's talk about Destiny 2 now. Let's talk about. We'll talk about OverSnatch later. Let's talk about Destiny 2 now.
But really?
What? Really? Yeah, I want to hear about Destiny 2 coming to PC.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought the other thing. Okay,
Really?
yeah, Destiny 2.
What other thing?
Okay.
drum roll. Destiny 2.
Gamertron.
Can we just go ahead and say it's confirmed, or is all this going to be like in 2 months from now, oh no, all this was all rumors.
Supposedly, from what I read, this article, these were coming from the people in Activision that I think it was Kotaku or something. I can't remember. That they have people that they talk to in Activision, and those employees were saying, "Yeah, it's coming to PC." The only scary thing to me is they want to radically change it. And I'm like, oh, no, but I like.
Well, they were talking about that. They were talking about changing it into it's not going to be just like a upgrade of the game. It's going to be changed on a lot of levels anyway.
Yeah, but I like the current version of it, and I would like that for PC. It's just, I don't want like some surprise game that's just so different that I'm like, I actually don't like what you've done. You know, I would have played the original. So I don't know. We'll see. It's just all. So next year, supposedly next fall.
Wow, it makes you wonder, like how many.
Okay, Rob.
It makes you wonder how much resources they're putting into this and how many people they have on it, because they're still making content for the first Destiny. I mean, Rise of Iron just came out. They've already confirmed.
They say that Rise of Iron is it. That's their last expansion. Whether or not I believe them or not, but
well, last expansion, but is it its last update? Because correct me if I'm wrong, I could have swore they said that like there's still more future updates, like they're going to do Sparrow Racing League.
Oh, they might have updates, but as far as I believe they say, and probably like Grindhead Jim or maybe Graham could confirm this. I don't know. I think Rise of Iron is the last like paid DLC expansion.
That sounds right.
For Destiny until Destiny 2. I believe that's right. Which they better make it last. The Destiny players better make it last.
Yeah. Just
in case.
Okay, so after Rise of Iron, like they'll still be updating the game, but so I'm guessing sometime late 2017, so how long have they really been developing Destiny 2, I wonder? Like, when did development of this game start, do you think?
Oh, I'm sure they've been working on it. I mean, in the chat, Jakey said majority of the team was working on Destiny 2 while Rise of Iron was being made. I believe that. Yeah. I'm sure they have a team in place that's been working on it for a while now, you know.
Yep.
Because it makes you wonder, because the first Destiny took so long, took years and years.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder, like, how are they making this game so quickly? Because the first Destiny came out
they're not
in 2014.
Making it they were probably working on it years back anyways.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, you have to understand development. That's just how that works in development. You put these things in production queues, and you timeline them out. That's what a production manager's for. Right. That's what, like these. That's why we deal with these, different things like Six Sigma and, Lean and Agile. These are all just strategies, like production strategies to streamline and set up all your production points. Like what teams are going to work. All your resources and your timelining, all of that stuff. Yeah, this is a very standard
I'm sure
thing.
They've been. Yep. I mean, once they made the initial game, it's making even though it might not be as it might go downhill. It might be an improvement, but the second the Destiny 2 will be. They've got already some of the resources in place. You know what I mean? So it's not as much. There's not going to be as much development going on unless they totally make a new game or something, which I doubt if they're going to make an entirely new game.
Like they're probably going to be using the same graphics engine, but they won't be as limited.
Do you think
as they were with Destiny 1?
Do you really think they would use the same one, which at this point is kind of
they'll upgrade it? They'll have to.
Oh, I'm sure they'll make upgrades and changes.
If they're going to come to the PC, yeah,
they're going to have to.
Yeah,
absolutely, and I'm sure they won't be held back because if they're coming to PC and going to be strictly on Xbox One and PS4, which is what I've heard for Destiny 2, because Destiny 1 is also on the 360 and PS3. So if it's leaving old gen completely behind and coming to PC, you can bet that there has to be some sort of upgrade visually and perhaps in terms of memory and content.
Especially for the new consoles, the next, the next gen and a half or whatever console coming out, the Scorpio and the PlayStation Pro. But for PC, they're definitely going to have to upgrade, visuals and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good point in chat. Yep. Jake is saying this time Destiny won't be held back by
the PS. The timing of Destiny 1 was kind of funny. You know what I mean? It was a little bit, I thought maybe it should have been delayed a little bit, but I was surprised they even had PlayStation 3 support on that.
It's not going to be held back by last gen, but it will be
Right.
held back by consoles. Shots fired.
Yeah.
True.
Well, that's just
because they are still going to
goes.
release it on the current consoles. Yeah, but PC would just crush them.
But Destiny looks really good on the console.
It does now.
Yeah. Oh, it was a little shaky. It's improved. Yeah,
Well, I think they definitely have added, and they know they've added all the shaders and everything like that for the armor and blah, 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 blah. And I think Warframe is also taking like Steve was showing the volumetric lighting. I talked about that last time, but they're also talking about adding like shader meshes to your armor so you can actually start changing out the texture. Kind of like what Doom does with their armor.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's fucking DE, man. Digital Extremes. They just
they're looking for the future. They're looking down the pike.
Well, that's the thing. Bit. It's like they to me they remind me of like kids in the candy store. They're like, I'll just take some of this and some of this and some of this and some of that, and they put the work in. They get it to work in their engine, and there you go. So it's not like they're fully stealing it. Like, did you read the follow up between what was that one game, Overwatch and Paladins?
Yes,
Paladins.
Yeah, so they were saying
this week actually.
Yeah, what they were saying, no, it wasn't us stealing it. It's just that the development happened at the exact same time. There happened to be the same game mechanics, and there happened to be so many coincidences. In fact, so many coincidences.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, didn't the people that developed Paladins develop Team Fortress 2, and they all stole from Team Fortress 2? I mean, the basics.
I don't think they played. I don't think they were. I think they were Smite. Weren't they Smite?
Yeah.
It's Hi-Res Studios.
Yeah. But Hi-Res had some people that worked with. They were employees at Valve or whoever developed TF2, and some of them came over to Hi-Res.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of coincidences that align. What about Paragon? Why is Paragon not like Overwatch? So many. Why are there not a ton of coincidences? You do have a dude with an energy shield, but that's it. There's no like.
Paragon's a lot slower. The gameplay, yeah.
Here's the thing, though. This happens all the time in the game industry. A certain genre gets really popular for a time, and everyone, no one directly rips it off. Just people, I've said this before, and I said this in an earlier video, I think it was last week, that originality's dead. You can, everything's going to be inspired by something else.
To be fair, Gamertron, you're not the first person to say that. So, I mean, you're not really... You're saying a socially known thing. Yeah, but you're like, I've said this before in a video that I did. I'm like, come on, dude. Many people have said... We all know originality's dead and we're just remixing shit. But that doesn't mean that we can't have new experiences.
That other games are copying and ripping off. If other people are saying
music
this,
industry goes through it all the
understand.
time. Music industry goes through it all the time. But that's just, you can still create new experiences with, variations on things, clearly. But these were things that were just so damn close to being the same. They're too coincidental. Too many.
True. Very true. When it comes to, I've played...
You could overlay these animations on each other, and some people did, and they were just... I was like, wow, that's really... pretty much the same. It's a little... Did they have inside, fucking spies sniping data? It's interesting. It's
I have to throw Battleborn in the conversation a little bit.
Battleborn.
Oh, yeah.
Battleborn. So they keep saying that they're not going free to play. They keep saying
they're not.
that.
But here's that. Yeah, they're not going free to play, but they're going to be doing something similar to Rainbow Six Siege. They're going to be having a free trial starter edition.
Ain't gonna work.
Rainbow
Six Siege at least had people playing it.
Yeah.
Battleborn's got
about the Battleborn comparison to Overwatch and Paladins, but
yeah,
I've downloaded Paladins, but I haven't had a chance to play it. So
it's good fun. It's good fun.
I have a friend from work that's been playing it a lot, and he loves it.
Yeah, I can see why. It's good fun. It's good fun. I also find it has a better progression system. This free-to-play game has a better progression system than the friggin' $40, $60 Overwatch.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if Count's developing a game and I'm just taking my notes from him, then of course I'm going to do a better job because I get to see all the mistakes he makes. Fucking shots fired.
There you go.
Let's see what side I'm on. But I'm sorry, it looks too much like, it's too much. I think they got in trouble too because was it Paragon? No, Paragon got in trouble. Never mind. Paragon's the one that got in trouble with the lawsuit or whatever because like one of the top developer switched over from one game to another and he wasn't supposed to. Was it Paragon or Paladin?
Ah, damn it.
Well, the guy that happened to
We're
Ark
getting all
Survival.
our MOBA shooters.
Oh, it was Ark Survival. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That.
Ark Survival did that.
Yeah, he had a no competition clause.
Right.
And I'm not sure what happened to that. And I guess he started his own. He started Ark Survival.
But he handed the ownership of the company over to his girlfriend or wife or something like that.
Or something. Yeah, he got out of it somehow.
Oh,
yeah.
I never heard of this.
So she's like a puppet.
This happened about a year ago, I'd say. Or no, not quite a year. Maybe 8-9 months ago.
Well, they just talked about a lawsuit, I don't know, maybe a month ago.
Speaking of lawsuits, No Man's Sky is under investigation for the false or the advertising authority or ethics in advertising or whatever it's called.
I saw that from the UK. Yeah, from the UK.
And supposedly, some representative I don't know all the details here, but some representative from No Man's Sky, they're going to do like a live cast where they talk about a lot of the issues. It's going to be possibly on Twitch or something here soon.
Interesting.
Yeah, so maybe next week's show I'll have more information on that or whatever. So you can probably Google it. Fuck,
Yeah,
next
week
I'm going to do some
I heard about
hardcore
this
journalism.
And I talked with Janser.
There you go.
Yeah, just fucking Google it.
Shit. All right, that'd be awesome.
I'm like, poor No Man's Sky. Like, I may not like the game, but
Porno Man Sky?
Porno Man? No,
I said poor No Man.
Poor No Man.
Okay.
No Man's Sky.
Porno Man.
What
Porno.
is that? What it sounds?
Are we
like
in just all the
That's
parodies
exactly
now?
what it sounded like when anybody
So it's
says it.
Destiny 2 Iron Rising? Is that what it is? All the parody games now? Jesus.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're leading up to OverSnatch at some point, so
Oh no.
just kind of keep it going.
Oh no. This is an actual thing.
It's a real thing. It really is.
I don't know about
Let's
a
get
porn
it over
parody.
with.
It's just a porn parody. That's all.
Yeah, it's
It?
Yeah. Brazzers can't keep them down.
well, no, if there's a dollar to be made,
But what exactly is OverSnatch? I get it's a porn parody of Overwatch, but like
I don't know. But the curious thing about that is the fact that the developers went so hard at any of the porn stuff that was out there. So what are they going to do with this? So I'm curious as if they're going to actually try to get them to not use any likeness. It just seems
they can't do that. Haven't they done pornos over Tomb Raider and shit like that?
Right. And I think it was the problem with the other stuff was because they were using assets, right? They were using all the character models and all that. That's the real problem with the other 3D porn stuff that was coming out for Overwatch.
It makes me kind of confused. Overwatch is a game kind of directed at kids. It's kind of directed at a younger audience than say Call of Duty. You can make the argument Call of Duty, haha, it's a kids game, whatever. But with Overwatch, it's really directed at a younger audience. So I'm kind of surprised that there's porn of it, which is. I don't know. I find that odd.
Are you really surprised? Because the majority of gamers are they're young guys.
Yeah,
it's porn. When I say young, I mean anything from
16,
14 all the way to 30 or something. I think that's the big market, maybe 14 to 28 or something. So the chunk of the market.
I think a lot of the video games nowadays, it doesn't even matter how the style is. It's just going to hit a broad range. You know what I mean? Can't really break it down anymore to a demographic.
Speaking of that, reminds me of a tweet that Volts 109 Volts reminded or showed. He was like, "What's this? This game's going to get some triggering going on," and it's a platformer type of game. I got to look up the name of it. But it shows a character model with huge boobs.
Right.
Huge.
I saw that.
The character angles are showing her ass every time she climbs up something. It's just
Haydee. That's the game.
Yes. Yeah. Now, did you read? Now, the real interesting thing is No, fucking Steam. I don't want to participate in a goddamn survey. Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of
you
here.
do.
Get
Yeah,
the
you
fuck out of
do.
here.
You love it.
The real interesting thing is the description for it. I don't know if you read that, but I'm gonna bring that up because it is.
I
it
haven't
is.
read it.
They are shamelessly being pieces of shit, and they know it.
Yeah.
Haydee is a hardcore, old-style Metroidvania mixed with modern-day third-person shooter and platformer mechanics, as well as a sexy character.
Well, yeah, they know it outrages.
They just threw all of the terms
as long as they know it
in there.
outrages somebody, they're gonna do it.
And that's what we're trying. And it's got very positive reviews, by the way. But
There you
those
go.
reviews, if you read them, are fucking ridiculous. They're just they're just like, good game. Woman has big boobs, and some of them are very tongue in cheek. They could look like they're real reviews, but they're just being idiots too.
Right.
I love this review right here. I love this review. As a sexually repressed male, this game made me feel like life is worth living again.
You know what? The sad thing is, as funny as that is, that's more true for a lot of those people than they would actually admit. Yeah. Did you see that other thing about like this guy? Speaking of sexually repressed, like society, people that don't want to interact with each other. There's a guy out there in Seattle or something like that is a professional cuddler.
What?
God.
I'm not even kidding.
Professional cuddler.
Yeah.
How does that even? What the?
It's because
fuck?
people don't even want to take a chance on people anymore. So they're like, I will pay you for your services. Isn't that like prostitutes?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But that's not,
like
there's no penetration, therefore it's okay.
It's the same thing. It's the same concept.
Exactly. But it's okay because it's for women. So if guys, if we
Oh,
have...
yeah, of
cuddling
course.
for men.
Yeah.
No, men cannot be touched. But women, it's okay. As long as it's being videotaped and put online. Wait, isn't that another thing that you could pay for? Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't win. All right.
God.
I can't. Nah. Yeah, are you looking up that professional cuddler thing? So, yeah.
I was looking at that Haydee game.
Oh, yeah. Well, I bet you were.
Yeah. That's just blatant. Yeah.
It's pretty bad. It's not even well done. Like, and then the character model has like a helmet on or something like that. They didn't even try. The tits are just ridiculous.
It's laughing at the feminists. It's laughing at the feminists.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's not even
it's taking the outrage about the sexy characters and just saying, okay, we'll even go further. We'll just make it blatant. Crazy.
I love this. Look at this in chat. Pay to kiss, pay to hug, pay to eat chicken with. That's where we're going. We need to pay for our social interactions. That's what's going to happen because everyone's too afraid to invest anything.
How about this? Stop being a pussy. Go out there and talk to people. There you go.
Wow. You micro trigger.
You can't anymore, Gamertron. If you say hello to a woman, it's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
So I mean, come on.
Remember, man, keep your eyes down and hands at
The
your
human
at your
race
side.
is doomed.
You
The
can't
human
put your
race
hands in your
is
pockets because you're probably playing with yourself.
As soon as I take over the world count, you won't need to worry about doom.
Moving
and
on.
gloom.
Speaking of like screwed up gamers, I read something about
Excuse
this
me?
place called Restart in Seattle. Once again, I like the city, but it's also crazy.
Oh yeah.
A center focused on treating young adults suffering from various types of internet and gaming addiction. Typical patients at Restart are between 18 and 28, male, and often admitted by worried family members. Notice what that said. Often admitted by worried family members. That's like being admitted to a mental institution. That's...
Janser, let me explain something to you. You're telling me to keep my mouth shut, but you're It's like a hair. You're telling a heroin addict to clean up, and you're dangling the syringe in front of my face. All right,
because we're here to tease.
You know I can't keep my mouth shut about this shit.
Go ahead.
Are you serious right now?
Go ahead, Count.
Are you serious right now?
I am.
I'm not gonna say a word. I'm not gonna say a word. This is all you, buddy.
I think you can ride the line.
I'll speak for you.
Sure.
For you. This
you
is
can ride the line.
bullshit. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's fine.
This is a real thing. This is a real... You don't need an institution. You don't need to pay people to tell someone you have a video game addiction.
Let's look at... Well, see, that you're agreeing with the whole thing in the first place. But there are other things that, like...
What?
Video game addiction. Let's just talk about that. You talk about, like, how you're like, well, you said this about one of our own community people, in fact. You're like, this person, great, but they play a lot of games. And I'm like, you're kidding, right? I was like, they're not an addict. Well, I'm not. I'm paraphrasing.
I was joking.
I am paraphrasing for the sake of you. I'm not going to do full details, brother.
When I talk about actual genuine video game addiction, I'm talking about like you're screwing up the rest of your life because you can't get off your game console or your PC.
Like Biblical Reaper, a guy that lets go of a good job.
He needs to start paying us, dude, because we bring him up every podcast.
Well,
now.
I mean...
We need to get some of his revenue now because...
Okay, here's where video games can be a bad thing. Like the World of Warcraft players that all quit their jobs.
I think when they die, that's pretty bad.
And they let their health go. When this is anything in moderation. That's what life's about, moderation.
Exactly.
Right.
If you can be addicted to fucking Skittles.
Yes.
And you can eat Skittles all day long and it'll ruin your, whatever. But in moderation. But
here's, like, I listen to music probably 18 hours out of the day. Does that make me a music addict?
Yeah, I'm going to check you into
What's going to happen now? Because I'm listening it all the time. I can't even stop when I'm working. I'm just music. What do I do now?
See, all of these places like Restart, it's just an excuse to make someone feel like a victim. This is what I agree, and I hope I don't make anybody mad or offend anybody out there in the chat.
Oh, fuck them.
Like AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. I think that's a fucking joke. Because what they do when you go to Alcoholics Anonymous, they tell you that, oh, you have no power over your own life. What? You're a victim of this. Hold on. You have to, you're a victim of the alcoholism. It controls your everything, and your life has to, you become obsessed with this shit. And that's what they teach you. Well, this Restart program is going to be the same thing. They're going to bring you in and say, look, your son, it's not like he likes to play video games. He's trying to, cut out the outside world and everything. He has no control over this. It's the evil addiction of a video game that's controlled him, and he's a victim.
Well, one example was pretty good because this guy, here's the difference between someone like maybe us that can play games on a daily basis for a few hours and we're fine versus like this one guy who he put himself in there. This is a person, I'm going to preface this with before we even talk about video games, that would have a problem with anything. If you had given him Coke, he probably would have a problem with Coke. If you had given him alcohol, he'd probably have a problem with alcohol. If you put him in gambling, he'd probably have a problem with gambling. This is or sex addict, but it was games that was the easiest thing for him to probably pick up. And he said that he stopped playing games, and then his life kind of like wasn't going where he wanted to, falling apart. So he started playing games, and like he quit. And then he had some real estate job. That's what it was. He had a real estate job, closed on a big deal, right? On a big house. So he decided to reward himself by playing some games for a day. He played for the day, but then he wanted to play for the rest of the week. So he did that and didn't work. We don't do that kind of stuff. We don't take a week off because we can't stop playing a video game, and wake up and play the game and then go back to sleep and then wake up and play the game. No, we balance it with everything else like Count said. An addict, it doesn't matter what substance or thing that they're using, they're going to keep doing that regardless, and they're going to destroy their life. That's just the thing, as far as, my take on alcoholism, though, is that some of it is biological and some of it is mental because some people are like have that kind of pattern behavior where they reward themselves. Like I've known addicts, like I know a friend that became a meth addict, he finally cleaned up his shit up, but it took a lot of people caring about him and for him to be away from that environment, for him to build the idea in his mind that he was a piece of shit, number one, because he was a kid that was always coddled by his parents. When his mom died, then he basically had no one to restrict him from anything. And he gave himself the excuse that he could do whatever he wanted because he was getting over his, mom's death. But he did that for years then. This was not a person that was just this was a person that wanted to have the reward all the time and constantly rewarded himself for everything. And so it just kept building to needing a bigger dopamine release. And when that wasn't happening with games or with people, drugs started getting involved. That, you know, that's bigger dopamine, bigger releases of like feeling good, you know, bigger periods of time and needing that bigger high. That's an addictive personality. You know, he built that, but it was built on a pattern of bad parenting to begin with. You know, this was a kid that no one ever said no to him. Right, like right. They're blaming it on games.
Opening up a clinic,
right?
To say, well, this is a clinic for video game addiction. Well, you're treating the symptom. You're not treating the problem.
Exactly. That's why I was saying.
Yes. And they're singling out
self-control.
They're singling out video games.
That's right.
That's what I don't like. When you go to AA, you're singling out alcohol. Well, if it's not alcohol, it's going to be something else.
That's correct.
So this is what I don't agree with. I don't agree with opening up and then the video games are going to get thrown under the bus.
Yeah,
you know I mean, like they threw poker. We're going to throw poker under the bus.
Well, they've been talking about video games being an addiction for as long as since the 90s. I remember that.
Yeah.
And in fact, this institute started, hey, what do you know, in the 90s? You know? Yeah. It's just one of those things where society looks at, you know, people don't look at sports like that. They don't say, well, you're a sports addict. You can't miss your Sunday football game and you're going to yell at your wife or kick your kids out of the house.
There are genuine sports addicts.
There's people that are they're violent about their sports.
Yeah.
They will fuck another team up. Like, you know, England happens all the time with soccer. They will kick each other's ass.
Oh yeah. Do you remember that that huge fight that happened in a stadium when a certain team lost? Like
I remember grenades being thrown in crowds at a stadium.
They would kill the soccer players if they screwed up. They would die. They would kill them.
Yeah. So video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, let's open up a clinic for people that are addicted to fantasy football. I love fantasy football. I play fantasy football. You know. And I know people that are obsessed with fantasy football. We're going to open up clinics, and they miss work on Mondays because they're getting ready for the big Monday Night Football, and they put their jobs on the line. They jeopardize their personal lives. Their marriages have ended in divorce because of fantasy football. Because they're obsessed with it. Are we going to open up clinics about that? I mean, why video games? There's no difference.
It is a bigger issue of mental health in general. And it's less about the exact nature of whatever addiction you pick up.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
Eating. That's fucking a big one, especially in America.
Yes. Of course.
Yeah. But they say it's your health. It's not the mental reasons behind it. It's your, you got to correct the health. It's how you correct the health, but then they're going to go on to what does that person do once they get better? They're going to start, who knows what. There's always something else, like you said. There's always something else.
It's an excuse to give some dude a job that thinks he has some kind of degree in psychology or some bullshit. I mean, really.
I know one of the things that they do is they have these people not use electronics in general a lot of the time. So I'm like, wow. In this society now, that's a little difficult. You're basically telling this person to live off the grid. How are they going to get a job? What are they going to be, a woodcutter?
Well, that's like Catholic priests. You won't let them have sex for 40 years, and then you expect them to be like, wow, I'm not gonna have sexual fantasies about the little altar boys or whatever. Yeah, I mean, why don't you let your priest have a normal healthy sexual life, and maybe this shit won't happen.
Well, and that's the thing. Back in the day, I'm trying to remember, like 1600s or so. I'm trying to remember when Galileo was around. But the priests then had wives and families. I don't know where I forgot when it came up that they were like, all right, no more wives and families. The priests couldn't have them, but they had them. That's something I have no idea. Anyways, I don't want to get into religion.
I'm sorry. I'm just using that as
comparison. But yeah, no, it makes sense. It just, and that's my fault for going off there.
They ought to have a timer on, maybe try like a timer on their video games where it shuts off after 3 hours and they can't play it. Or something like that.
On adults?
Yeah. Or anybody that has that sort of so-called problem or whatever. I
think the problem is that it's up to, we are a society. And like, if I am a video game addict and nobody's around, what the hell does it matter? Like, if I'm doing my job.
Video games.
Yeah, if I'm doing my job and I'm doing all that stuff, then fine. But like, these people are going to be like this one guy, he gave up he wasn't like doing anything. Like kind of he wasn't going to work. He wasn't doing anything. That's
eventually
fucking,
your power's going to get shut off.
Yeah,
you won't
exactly.
be able to play video games.
Right,
It'll
right,
naturally take care of itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah,
they can't afford the video games anymore. That's what happened to those World of Warcraft people. They all quit their jobs and everything, and then they couldn't pay for their subscriptions, and then they couldn't pay for their power. Their power got shut off. They had a documentary on it or something.
Yeah.
It's naturally, who are the people that's supplying with them? Supplying them with this stuff.
Yeah.
They're the people that need to. If I had a son and all he did was sit around and play video games all day, and he was 18 years old.
Well, there's actually a lot of millennials that are like that.
House,
there's a lot of millennials that are like that right now.
Yeah.
So, and their whole thing is, we talked about this a little bit last time too, which is they don't want to get into the job market that's currently there. They're like, why would I want to do that? Video games is a big industry, and it's a legitimate industry. Otherwise, there wouldn't be shitloads of money. So the problem really comes in that there's no real plan for it, though. It's an emotional, decision, So I mean, I like video games. I'm going to stay in video games. Yeah, but you have to learn how to work in the world of business too. Yeah, and
right.
It just that's the real problem there, and that has nothing to do with video games either. That has to do with any person that, let's say their love was knitting, great, but you have to somehow market your fucking shit.
Right, exactly.
It doesn't matter what it is.
All day, and then you're hoarding a bunch of fucking quilts.
Yeah, so it's not really. Once again, it's not really games that's the problem. It's the people, lack of education, lack of whatever, lack of understanding of reality.
But there'll be some campaign. Oh, the video games, like I think it's funny. Like in the '80s, they were trying to get Twisted Sister banned. They had Al Gore's wife in front of the Senate, trying to, they're trying to slap all these restrictions on this heavy metal music, and now they're asking these same people to endorse them in their campaigns with their music and stuff. I find that ironic. Like 25 years later.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. It's just, I hate when something takes the fall for the human condition. You know what I mean? Human frailties. We're going to blame it on we're going to blame it on all the external sources instead of blaming it on...
And blaming it on human creation, which is the worst part. Beautiful things that show off the ingenuity, the creativity, and the power of humanity.
This is technology that's driving the world. The video games are a direct result of that, and then oh no, we're gonna, this guy got, some kid who doesn't want to accept, he doesn't want to grow up or accept responsibility and sits around and plays video games for 18 hours a day. We're gonna blame it on the video games. Get the fuck out of here.
Gamertron, how's that porn addiction of yours?
Hey,
excuse me?
Right, exactly. Because there is an unlimited amount of porn out there. Have you quit doing YouTube videos because of that? Have you stopped eating food? Have you become some terrible person to your friends and family that you no longer talk to them? Why are you on this podcast? Because did you know there's shitloads of porn out there? You should be addicted right now. Given the fact that there's so much of it. But
I'm watching porn right now as we speak.
I guess I could be, but here's the thing. I've had a taste of the real thing, and the real thing is way better than video.
The point I'm following up with what Count is saying, which is it's not the material that's available, it's the fact that it's a part of the person itself.
Exactly.
And when people aren't treated like people and handled, shit happens. The way it is now,
Again, it's all about self-control. It's about self-control and teaching people self-control. And that's a thing that's, like, when I went to high school, that was a thing that wasn't taught. It was always taught, my teachers were, they were infamous. I'd come home, tell my parents, and they said, my teacher said this was bad, this was bad, this was bad. And they'd be like, what? No. That's a personal decision. If you decide to drink
touching yourself in
alcohol,
public is probably going to get you in jail. So yeah, I'd say
agreed. Yes, very true. Yes.
Why is the school teaching you what's good and bad anyway?
That's a good point.
The politics have got schools have become too political.
Schools should be teaching a craft, information,
a language that you need to know for your area so you can get a job.
A school shouldn't be making morality decisions for you. There's no school that go there. Well, you can't do this because this is bad. That is the parents' responsibility.
Yes.
I don't want the government telling me who I can marry. I don't want the schools telling me who I can marry. I don't want, you know what I mean? These are for the. This should be learned at home.
Count. You may need if you want to marry a child, maybe you do need someone to tell you that's wrong. I'm just saying.
That's not what. Really, we have a law in place that you're going to probably get in trouble for that. I'm
exactly,
talking
but
about
I'm
the
just
morality
saying,
of it.
I get that. I get that.
A school, like what were they telling you was bad?
Oh, I had so many things. I had people telling me that alcoholism was bad, that eating meat
was
was
bad. What, in
bad.
health class, maybe? Yeah, I mean...
Believe it or not, it was in science, it was in economics, it was in technology, and all these classes...
Economics shouldn't be teaching you anything's bad. I mean, economics should be teaching you...
Exactly. The problem with a lot of schools nowadays, and these kids are growing up, is that a lot of these teachers are politically charged, and they want you to vote for their party.
Well, yeah.
Wow. Okay, Canada seems worse than I thought.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Whew. I mean, here we just teach people the wrong set of, like we teach them whatever history when we want them to learn. But
if I'm
that's as bad
teacher,
too, actually.
Yeah, if I'm a science teacher, I'm not going to talk about religion. I'm not going to tell a religious kid that no, you're wrong, and an atheist kid, no, you're wrong. The subjects, if I were a science teacher, the subject would never come up. Now, if you want to see me after class,
the problem with schools and the problem with teachers is that they should be objective, but they're not being objective,
and they're not objective, right?
Yeah, well,
that's where
people are not really, objective to. Begin with anyway.
Yeah,
we have to learn objectivity. It's not a standard mode. We're not robots. We're not,
What are you talking about, Janzer?
But to treat people for video game addiction is fucking ridiculous.
Right. You treat the problem, not like what you said, not the fucking symptom. That's right.
Because it couldn't be the person that's at fault. It's got to be the addictive
well, doctors are just as bad.
Really.
Doctors are just as bad. You have to keep going to a doctor until you find one that actually will treat you. And
doctors are just drug dealers anymore. That's all they are. They're drug pushers. That's all they are.
They're money grabbers is really what it is. So anything that will make money. So if I treated you for like a problem that you had, Count, but that would mean that you would be then cured, then I'm not going to do that. I'm going to treat you for some other symptom in there that'll keep you on the line so you can keep coming back. Yeah.
No money in the cure.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get back to video games. That's an interesting little sidetrack.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it all relates.
It does. But some people
I have some more
won't
positive gaming
Please do.
news
Go for it.
Any of you who like the video game Portal. It's basically been confirmed. Portal, for Christ's sake.
Sorry, I have bad ears. I'm old. What are you going to do, all right? Okay, Portal.
If you like the video game Portal, it's basically been confirmed that J.J. Abrams is going to be directing a Portal movie.
He's going to be directing a porno movie.
Oh, my God.
J.J. Michael Bay's porno movie. Wow, that's a lot of explosions. Lukaku.
Is it a Portal reboot?
I don't know.
Because they only call J.J. Abrams in, and it's a fact. They only call him in to fix shit. Where George Lucas screwed up or fucking whatever. Now we're just going to see Portal with a bunch of lens flare. Oh, no.
Really? I thought you guys would be excited. Like, J.J. Abrams is a very talented director, and Portal is a fantastic game. I could see a movie being made of it.
Yeah, he'll do a decent thing. I mean, he's not...
They've also already stated that they're asking he's
not Uwe Boll, all right? So let's start from the bottom and go up.
Yeah, exactly.
I like one of his movies,
horrible.
Actually. But there is one of his movies I like, but anyway, go ahead.
Out of curiosity, which movie?
It's the movie where the kid... It's kind of based on the Columbine shooting where he stockpiles weapons.
I've never seen
Rampage.
that.
And then he walks through the town and just starts killing everybody.
Yeah, I've heard it was good. I've never actually seen that, though.
Yeah, Rampage. I've heard of that movie.
I don't know where to get it. Maybe Amazon?
It was on Netflix. It was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but it was on Netflix years ago. Good movie.
Anyways, with Portal, they've even said that they're going to try and get the original voice actress for GLaDOS to reprise her role in the movie. So I don't know about you guys, but Portal is a classic. Portal is an important.
No, I
game
think
in
the Portal movie
industry.
might be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited, but I'm also very curious. Who will they get to play Chell? I'm very curious who they'll get to play Chell, because Chell was a
like
silent
a
character.
non-character.
Exactly.
They
She was
could
kind of
get
a
probably.
non-character.
You know, I know they're gonna get Scarlett Johansson, because that's the only one they can get for anything. Or, you know, because sure, she's Japanese too, so let's just get her in there. She's moldable. She's like she's like clay, like, you know.
But here's the thing: that would be just as funny as the whole Ghost in the Shell thing, because Chell is Asian.
There you go, perfect. Yeah,
no.
she's Major Kusanagi, because Kusanagi is Japanese, but you know that's perfect for Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Let's just throw her in there. That'll work out.
Scarlett Johansson. Maybe it'll just use a Scarlett Johansson bot.
That
stunt double or something.
would be great.
That would be awesome. I don't know anything about Portal, so I don't know if that would be a bad thing to have Scarlett
you've never played
Johansson
Portal,
as this character.
Count?
No, I've never played Portal. I know what it is, obviously. I mean, if you're a PC gamer, you know what it is, but I've never played it.
So I'm personally excited. I've always found
Cool.
the Portal games incredibly charming, and GLaDOS is one of those infamous characters. So if it's being directed by J.J. Abrams and he's directing a video game movie, I would love to see how that turns out.
Did you guys watch the first episode of the new season of South Park? Speaking of J.J. Abrams,
Where
they bring J.J. Abrams in to fix the national anthem so everyone will stand to it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's hilarious. They go, we got to get J.J. Abrams
I need to
to
see
come
this.
in. Oh, it's hilarious. It's funny.
Was it Comedy Central or what?
Yeah, it's comedy. It's
God damn it.
It's episode 1 of the new season.
Damn cable.
So, yeah. It's on Hulu, so.
Okay.
Oh, it is? I'd have to get Hulu.
Oh wait, I don't have Hulu. Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Damn, how do
Probably
I
see it
get
online.
things that I don't have?
They probably have it online, but they're kind of making fun of J.J. Abrams. It's hilarious.
Wait, they made fun of him.
Yeah,
okay.
they're kind of poking a little fun where, you know, let's get J.J. Abrams to fix the national anthem like he fixed Star Wars and Star Trek. Well, that's debatable, but anyway.
I'd say he fixed Star Wars for sure if you compare them to the prequels.
No, 100%. Yeah.
I just watched that again today.
Oh, it's such a good movie, eh? Force Awakens. It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, the bar was set pretty low for the prequels. Let's say,
the only way you could have messed it up is just, you burn kill Harrison Ford for real. Well, some people would say that might actually have worked out. So I don't know. I just
you could have probably gotten a film school dropout to fucking fix that over the prequels. But anyway,
that's true.
Sorry.
In more gaming news, the public test server for The Division launched this week, and I got to play it.
Nice.
Still, unfortunately,
Did they fly you out to Sweden yet?
No, they unfortunately did not, and more unfortunately, it still ran like dog shit for me.
Oh.
And again,
exactly what's going on with The Division? Like, are you talking about the live game or just the test server that's running bad for you? What's going on?
It's the live game. I'm convinced it's my hardware now because I can't find anyone else having my specific issues. So I'm convinced it's a personal hardware problem.
Are you having frame rate drops, or just inconsistent frame rates, or
no inconsistent frame rate drops, stuttering, freezing, no crashing? Just it's basically impossible to play. It turns into a slideshow. Before the big update with the new content, it ran perfectly fine. I ran it beautifully. After the update with the new content, everything turned to shit. But here's the thing: I used to find people with my problem, but then they got it fixed. I tried their methods, didn't fix it for me, so I'm convinced it's something to do with my hardware.
Have you rolled back your drivers on your video card? Have you tried to roll them back and then reinstall the drivers on your video card?
No, I've been meaning to do that. I keep forgetting to.
That would be step number 1 I'd do. I'm hoping your processor isn't doing something
Oh yeah, I'm hoping
with
so too.
Yeah.
But besides, even though it ran like shit, I was able to see some of the new features and content that they're adding in Update 4.1 through the public test server. So, they've added a system where once you hit level 30 and you've max leveled, you'll still level up, you'll still gain XP, but you'll get like over level 30. But
Nice.
you won't actually like level up as in you'll get new skill points and stuff like that or become stronger. Instead, when you gain XP after level 30, it all contributes to gaining a loot crate. Once you hit max level, you'll gain a loot crate with rare loot in it, which I think is an excellent idea.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly. It gives you more reason to play the game. It gives you more chance at higher loot drops and all that good stuff. They've also reworked the in the public test server. They've reworked your base of operations. They updated the vendors finally in the public test server, so I'm looking forward to update 4.1 just for the fact that they finally updated the fucking vendors so they actually sell shit that works on my level.
Right.
That always pissed me off about the Division, because once you leveled up and got to a high level, the vendors in your home base sell shitty materials. Like,
you mean the vendors don't level up?
no, not in the current version of in the Division. Like, you get access to better vendors, but those other vendors, like, after a certain point, like, they do level up, but once you get to 30 and beyond, like, they stop giving you stuff that's worth a damn.
I see.
So with update 4.1, all those vendors are actually going to have decent stuff that will actually be worth buying.
I got you. So the vendors are catching up with the in-game content, basically, a little.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Because I just started playing the game. I just started playing the game this morning, actually. So.
Oh yes, we got to talk about that later.
Yeah.
Got to talk about that later. And a few quality of life changes I found in the public test server. Like, when I could get into combat, when it wasn't freezy as shit, I did notice that the change in like damage and headshots did way more damage than they used to. Like, they've definitely made it. And I was fighting enemies that were level 40, level 45.
Ew.
They've definitely toned it down so that if you want to play solo and do some of the harder content solo, you can definitely, because I was running a hard level mission by myself, and I was holding my own. Like, usually you need a full team or you'd be unable to survive. Like, they've definitely made it so that not the enemies aren't as bullet spongy. Like, the boss battles, as I expected, when I got to the boss, he was still bullet spongy, but he's the boss, I expected. The normal mooks, they've definitely toned them down.
Because they're tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're right, the headshot that I noticed when I played today, I don't know, have they put these into effect yet?
Not yet. They're going to, I think this month. I was
going to say, some of the headshots didn't seem to do that much damage compared to like a body shot. Yeah. So, yeah, you're right about that. I noticed that. It takes a lot to take down just the low-level guys. It takes quite a few hits. Of course, my weapons are sucky. You know, the DPS on my weapons are sucky right now, but, you know.
You'll definitely notice a difference counts when you get better gear and when you get mods for your weapons. Mods also can almost completely change how good a weapon is. But yeah, so far, from what I played of the public test server, I think they're definitely taking the Division in the right direction, making things more rewarding for players, making the combat not feel as oppressive, where if you're playing solo, it's basically impossible. They're making it a lot more solo player friendly, and yeah, I like where they're going. I really like where they're going, and I hope this really helps out the Division. I can't speak to the technical performance because for me personally, it's running like dog shit, which I'm hoping will be fixed when I get my new card later this week.
Have you uninstalled the game and reinstalled it and all that?
I did. Didn't do a damn thing, unfortunately. I did the same thing with Gears of War this week as well, hoping that, hey, there were new driver updates, maybe the game got updated, still runs like dog shit.
Now, you know, the GeForce Experience got an update.
It did. They changed everything.
Yeah, they changed it. They changed everything on it. So,
and they changed shadow play as well, which they made it a bit harder to find, and they changed how you like interact with the main. The main menu is very different. It's very different and very like before you had like a little tiny menu with all the stuff like kind of crammed into it. Now it takes up the entire screen, and you have these big icons and buttons.
Have you optimized the Division through GeForce Experience?
I did. I did that too. It still runs like crap.
I see. Okay.
I'm
yeah, it's got to be some hardware related issues, Gamertron. Exactly. I hate to say that, but
it definitely is. It definitely is. When I look up online, this is a personal thing for me that I need to fix, and I'm really hoping I can. When I get my new card, it'll be fixed.
I
If
would
not,
try to uninstall the drivers. I'd look it up and try to uninstall the drivers and reinstall the drivers for
I'll
your
give
card.
that a go. I got to get off.
Be
my
careful
lazy
when you're
bum and
doing it,
actually
but
try
of
Of course.
But that would be the one thing. Now, if that doesn't work, I don't know what to tell you on that. But
Again, I don't know. It's not like this for any other game.
Right.
Just the Division.
That's crazy.
Well, then again, also Gears of War.
Right.
That does run like crap too. And I meet the requirements. I meet the recommended requirements
Well,
with
of course.
both the Division and Gears of War, and they're still
Of course
running
you
like
do.
crap.
Are you running Direct X12 or what are you
Yes.
running?
I'm direct
You're running
X12, yeah.
all updated on that stuff.
All updated on that stuff. Again, it confuses the hell out of me. I even got my dad involved, who is the god of tech. He you ask him anything, he knows it. Love my dad. I even brought him down, and he has no idea what's wrong with the games. And
that's messed up.
Yeah. But I do realize my computer. I'm definitely like, once I install the card, I'm going to be doing some I'm going to be changing down, trying to fix some of the hardware. I have one fan. Like it's not important, just like an extra fan for the sake of cooling. But one fan has like stopped working entirely. I'm going to fix that. I'd like to get that fan work. I have another fan that's like slowing down and like kind of stuttering almost. Like after a while, it will spin perfectly fine, then slow down, then speed back up. So I think my computer needs a bit of fine tuning, and I'm definitely going to be taking care of that as soon as I get my new card.
Cool. I think we lost Janzer.
No, I was trying to figure out. That was great, by the way. I'm glad that you took that count because I wouldn't have asked those questions. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, That was.
Well,
that was
I want the
really
guy.
good.
I mean, it's kind of weird that one of his. The 970 is a great card, man.
It is. So I have no clue. And it again, when I first got the Division, like the first few months, like it ran beautifully, not a problem.
Right.
Then the Underground expansion, and then everything went to shit.
And there was really nothing I could add to that anyways. I would have said the same thing count. So I try rolling back, that's
right.
I've done that many times in the past.
I'm just worried about like rolling back drivers because I'm afraid like if I do this, like it will fuck up other games.
Well, that depends on if you had other games that had problems before. If you didn't, then there's nothing to worry about.
Right. All right. So I mean, you got another card coming anyway, so
exactly.
Yep. You have nothing to lose.
That.
And you can sell your 970,
Huh. Oh, well, that just depends on a family matter. Anyways, more gaming news. You guys got anything?
I do have one thing. It was my birthday Friday. And,
yeah.
OverSnatch.
I just logged into OverSnatch. I totally watched that for my birthday.
I gifted it to you.
Oh,
no,
did you?
Just kidding. I'm joking, man.
That was really sad. Widowmaker.
Are we gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to Janzer?
No, please no. But
Ready?
I just was logging into Steam. Did you fucking gift me Space Hulk Deathwing, Gamertron?
No. I gave you a code for another game.
Did I? Oh, I pre-ordered Space Hulk. Man,
Yeah.
I
ordered it.
Okay, I tried to redeem it on Humble Bundle, but it said the thing has been redeemed.
That's impossible.
No, I redeemed it, but where do I get that? Whatever it was, because I looked in the library. All it has is like E3 gaming stuff, which I bought a long time ago, 2014.
Well, the game was called Spec Ops: The Line. So, do you see that in your library?
Spec Ops: The Line. I wonder how I get it. Well, we'll talk about it. But yeah, so I played a shitload of Mass Effect. That was fun. The original game. And we talked about space racism.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, because apparently one of the women that I picked for my team, everyone fucking hates. And they're like, well, she's a fucking racist. And I was like, what are you all talking about? She hasn't done anything bad.
They hate her because she's a racist.
They hate her because she's apparently a racist, but I never got the lines of dialogue that everyone else did. So it's like if someone said, Count, you're a piece of shit. And I'm like, Count's never done anything wrong. Why would I call him that? And it's like, it's one of those things where like other people are saying something, but you've never had that experience with that person. So you're like,
exactly.
I don't really know what to say. Should I hate this person just because you're telling me that? I mean, I haven't had that same experience. So I'm like, it's also a video game, guys. Chill out,
Yeah.
She's not going to come to your house.
We're all going back to the thing where these people are not real.
Well, check this out. Here's the thing. Everyone was bypassing the absolute fact that every other alien race in that game hates humanity, except for like the elephant people, the Elcor. Like the Elcor are the only ones that are just like, humanity's fine. Everyone else is like, yeah, fuck humans and fucking cunts. You know, they just don't.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm like, and you're worried about this one woman apparently saying something about like, or being cautious about the alien. I'm like, wouldn't you be cautious too if you're going into the space planet, like space sexnasium with all these other races that are, you know, and they're like, humans, get the fuck out of here. We don't like you. You know, it's, yeah, I guess I should not be cautious about these aliens that hate me. I should just let them hate on me.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, I think it would, it's more a little bit like prejudice maybe than racism or something. Who knows? Either way, so Mass Effect was fun. Looking forward to continuing to plow through it as quickly as possible. I streamed it and somebody jumped in the stream.
And plowing those aliens.
No, it's not. If it takes time out of the core game, then I'm not going to bother. I just need to get through it. And that through somebody, I was streaming it. Somebody joined in. They're like, well, if you're going to skip parts of the game, I'm not going to watch. I was like, oh, cool, man. See you later. You know, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to build a channel on Twitch to earn money for a living. Right. I was like, this is a purely selfish venture. And if you want to hang out and watch, shit, man, we're having a great conversation about space racists. But if not, then, you know, that's fine too.
Sometimes you just want somebody to talk to while you're playing a video game, even if it's like reading what they typed.
Yeah.
You know, when I live stream, I'm not trying to like get a big audience or something. Maybe one or two people stop in and say hi, and it'll take my mind off whatever's troubling me or something, you know what I mean, while I'm playing a video game. I just want to chill.
That's what it's for. So, it's a social thing, you know. So it was a good time either way. We had a damn good conversation going on about, like, there were a bunch of people that played the game, and that game means, like, there was an experience that means a lot to people. Apparently it was an addiction, so y'all, all your feelings were wrong. You need to check into restart. And We'll admit you. Actually, we'll admit you. B3, if you have an addiction to gaming, let B3 GamingCast know. B3GamingCast@gmail.com.
I mean, if that was,
we will admit you.
I do not endorse or support this whatsoever.
Hey, if this was the case, Janzer, fucking half of Twitch would be in a goddamn rehab. I mean,
you know what helps,
I mean,
when people are having problems is talking to other people. And in this article, that restart thing, they were like, that's a problem that people are like taking their gaming and interacting with other people instead of like going to get help. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? What? One of the biggest things that helps people out is to talk about shit with other people that might give a fuck, you know, in an environment that's your safe space, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And what's a safer space than your own Twitch channel where you can ban the fuck out of everyone if you want to?
You can block anybody you want. I mean,
you have mods.
Here's the thing. If you're addicted to video games,
then you probably wouldn't be streaming.
And you're a concerned parent, put them on Twitch and let them make a business out of it.
Yeah, God damn it. That's good thinking, Count.
Start a Patreon. Fucking get him a Twitch channel. Buy him a gaming chair.
Look at my son. Look at his mental disability where he is addicted to video games. Please help him.
Guess what?
Please help him.
Guess what, Janzer? If you're making $2,500 to $3,000 a month, all of a sudden it's not an addiction.
That's.
Oh my God! All of a sudden he's the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread.
I'd love to be able to make $25,000 to $3,000 a month gaming.
Oh my! And then he can export his videos to YouTube, and YouTube can pay him for his video views. And oh my God, he's the greatest. We're proud of little Johnny now,
right? Because he's paying for their addictions.
We're not going to check him into rehab now
because he's paying for their alcoholic addictions or whatever.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, beautiful.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I just hate... I hate Seattle. I'm just going to say it, man. I hate these progressive... You're regressive. You're not progressive. There's nothing progressive about you.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Forward into the future.
Speaking of future, space, science fiction, Janser, what do you think of... playing old original Mass Effect? You've played so many games that have come out recently with updated mechanics and visuals and stuff like that.
It kicks the ass of some games that come out now.
Really?
You know, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's got some quirks. Like, I don't really care for the cover system all too much because fucking Commander Shepard, I'm like zooming in on stuff, and if I get too close to like a barrel or a box, she butts her ass up against it, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "Stop it!" And then she'll crouch down. I'm like, "I didn't say get low and start duck walking." It's just I showed it on stream. I was like, it's just a weird bug, where the game tries to take that control from you, thinking that you need to get into cover. But that's a little quirk. It's not a big deal. The biggest problem with it was the inventory management system, or lack of management of your inventory. You got screens with inventory. Good luck trying to make sense of it. It's just everything's just thrown in there like a fucking room of cluttered boxes, and just good luck trying to find what you need. So they could do with better filtering of that. But these are UI elements. The combat itself is pretty all right. It's pretty good. I was sniping with the shotgun. So that's because I put my Spectre training all the way to the top, my shotgun training all the way to the top. I put all my combat stuff all maxed out, They were like, well, why don't you spend points on biotics? And I was like, fuck that magic bullshit. I'm going to shoot things with the goddamn shotgun, and it's going to like it. I'm going to snipe with this shotgun, and I was. It's a great time. Great time. The AI
has
is
anger issues now.
Oh, yes. I've always had them. Yeah. The AI is... No, I better get checked into Restart. Yeah, that'll solve my anger with gaming problems.
Yummy.
What?
My wife just brought me Arby's.
Yummy. Oh, you got some food addiction problems there. You better have her check you into Restart.
I better check me into an Arby's rehab.
Maybe we can send Biblical Reaper there to to Restart. I think he's got some addiction problems with games and YouTube. All right, we can tie all this shit together. No, the AI is a little dumb. I was having to push the AI around in order to get them in place, for where I wanted. Otherwise, they would stand in the middle of nowhere and just get shot up, or stand too far behind a box and not even engage in combat. Still a good time. It was still a pretty good time. Story's pretty good, and that's me skipping past a lot of the story as it is. But graphics, yeah, they're not bad. I mean, they could be better, but they're still better than some games like this Haydee thing.
Well,
I'm talking in terms of AAA.
They're trolling. They're just trolling with that Haydee.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They're just trolling. They're trolling the people that are outraged about sexy video game figures.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's not the whole gist of the game, but that's a lot of it. I mean,
yeah. No, it's true, and they're doing a damn good job because they have gotten such an amount of people to give them overwhelmingly positive reviews. And at the end of the day, that's all that really matters, because people buy your game in. So they're doing a good job of selling their product. That's what they're doing, selling a product. Man, there was something I did want. Oh, I broke my keyboard today and then fixed it. That was great.
What?
I was freaking out before the podcast because the night before I did something I never normally do, which is leave a cup with some water on the same surface as the keyboard. And I was like, well, I might drink that in the morning. And I never do that. It's just water. So I woke up and I hit it on accident. And,
oh, no.
It partway spilled some water on the keyboard. I was like, motherfucker. Flipped over the keyboard real quick, try to, shake out the water and all that. And I was like, God damn it. And I had family stuff to go to. So I left it upside down while I went to family stuff. And came back and turned on the machine, and keyboard was just being dumb, freaking out. The keys were all showing 0, dot, 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 dot. It was showing the keys that were being pressed, even though they weren't, just because the water, it was making the connection there. So I removed all the keys for the number pad area, cleaned all that crap out, and that didn't work. It was kind of working, kind of not. Used canned air, kind of worked, kind of didn't. And I did what. Count, I think you'd appreciate and you understand. What do you do when you run out of ideas? You beat the living shit out of whatever it is that has a problem. And that's what I did. I proceeded.
Why would I appreciate that?
Because it's an old school method of fixing shit. It's an old school method of fixing stuff. I used to talk about it with computer technology all the time. I was like, oh, when the computer's not working, you just beat it with the hammer and it'll work. So they say hard drives are or you got to be careful with hard drives. We used to throw hard drives on the ground. We used to hit them with hammers. They don't break that easily. They don't. We would stick car stereo magnets to them, trying to get them to delete the data. Just fun times.
Right.
We
used to do that same thing.
Don't break as easily as people think they do. So yeah, I was beating the shit out of the keyboard. And hey, it worked. So
See, there you go, Gamertron. Just throw your
there you go. Violence is the solution.
Yeah.
Check me into restart. I've got anger issues stemming from gaming.
Oh,
I'm shooting
I cringed
aliens.
when you said that, Count. Throw my baby? Oh, no.
You have a baby?
God.
Wow.
Oh no.
Babies.
You're gonna have to make a video like
the Babytron
Reaper begging for money to support your baby.
Babytron show confirmed.
The Babytron.
Yeah.
And then you can pimp out your little son, put him on your lap, and make video games. Make shameless fucking videos with your son on your lap.
Make him cry and then ask for money.
Count, I would, but you see, I have this thing called dignity, so not really my thing.
You're still young. You'll get rid of that. Yeah, you don't need it.
You'll
learn you don't actually need it. It's a concept that people push on you in order to keep you down. Yep. Because the less capable you are of doing things because of your dignity, the more they can get away with whatever the fuck they want. Take advantage of you because of your dignity.
I really hope you're joking.
Oh, I wish I was. I wish I was too.
Graham wants to know why you named your child Dignity.
Oh wow, it's like Dignity's child. It's like Destiny's Child, or what?
Shit, Christ balls.
The Dignitytron show. All right. Babytron and Dignitytron.
So are we just going to take any random word and put Tron at the end
why
of it
not?
We can do that.
Why not? The OverSnatch Tron
Well,
show.
welcome to the Janzer-tron and the Count-tron show.
Count-tron just does not
It doesn't
roll
even
off
sound
the tongue.
good. Yeah.
Janzer-tron sounds good.
It does work. Anyways, so that's pretty much it. I broke my keyboard, played some Mass Effect, hooked up with the Space Racist.
Yeah. What a week.
That was the day. It was just Friday.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
I passed out Friday. I stayed up late because midnight release on Thursday, Friday morning, midnight release of Luke Cage on Netflix. So I stayed up. And then
did you hear me hit myself? That's me. You will see it.
I had to work like a 10-hour shift, and I was just exhausted Friday. And I came home and tried to play games, but we went out to eat, and then I passed out, and I was like,
damn it.
I was supposed to play Destiny with my friend, and I said, I'll be back on like 2 hours, and my 2-hour nap turned into waking up at 4:30 in the morning. So yeah, it's bad.
So
what, Luke
Cage?
No, Luke. I don't really want to talk about Luke Cage since nobody else has seen it on the cast here.
You can throw some non-spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched 6 episodes of Luke Cage so far.
You're in there.
It's a lot different than Daredevil. Like,
good.
If you're looking for action, hardcore action, this isn't going to be a show you're going to like to watch because it's all drama. It's 95% drama, but it's building up to something interesting. It's basically crime drama with dirty cops, dirty politicians, and a local small-time crime boss. And
this sounds incredibly like real life. This sounds so much like real life.
It is the most grounded. It's by far the most grounded Marvel series. Like, if you didn't know Luke Cage was bulletproof and super strong, because he's not trying to show who he is. Like, Matt Murdock was itching to get out there and fight crime in Hell's Kitchen at night. Mm-hmm. He couldn't wait to get out there. He jeopardized his friendships.
It's true.
He jeopardized, he was going to get a fine piece of ass. He jeopardized that. He wanted to go out, and this guy is totally handling it differently. You really have to watch it to see what I'm talking about, but he's really keeping it on the down low. He wears a hoodie, when he's out there, and he's not taking credit. He doesn't want to. He's not trying to build a reputation, but it's all building up where he's going to be forced into that corner. Yeah. So it's pretty interesting. It's got. The way they film it is kind of interesting because everything's got like a yellow tint to it, because Luke Cage's iconic yellow, shirt and everything like that. So it's everything's got some like yellow splattered in. It's kind of, but it's really well done. Some of the actors, like there's a character named Misty Knight who's really prominent she's basically in the comic book Iron Fist's girlfriend. And she's got a bionic arm and all that, but she doesn't have a bionic arm in this yet. We may see if she gets like a bionic arm. Supposedly Tony Stark The rumor is Tony Stark may hook her up later on, like season 2 or something, with a bionic arm.
I saw a bunch of articles pushing her as like an important character.
I don't really like the actress. I think she's the worst actress on the show. I mean, that's the problem, because I was really looking forward to Misty Knight being a cool character, and the actress, to me, I just don't think she's very good. And I think the rest of the cast is fine, but the person. Maybe it'll get better. I don't know, but the rest of the acting is good, and I love the references to Daredevil and all that. There's quite a few references. They have Claire Temple in it, the nurse that befriended Matt Murdock and all that. So she's in there, and she's talking about she's getting more interested in these superhero types, and she's really wanting to reach out and help these superhero types with their problems and stuff. And she talks about that a little bit. So it's definitely good. It's definitely high quality. High quality television, there's no doubt, but it's not action packed. There's not a lot of action at all. There's not a lot of fighting, and I mean it's. I've watched 6 episodes, and you can count on one hand the action scenes.
It's like Luther's kind of the same way. There's not a lot of action in Luther.
It's a lot like that.
Yeah,
exactly. It's kind of in that same mold as it's a lot of drama, a lot of. Not like, I mean, Daredevil had so many action scenes,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of fighting, a lot of brutality, and this isn't like that. So
yeah, because he hasn't come into his own yet. He's just trying to avoid the responsibility.
Not to be a superhero.
Yeah,
he's saying as soon as I clean this guy up, as soon as I clean up Harlem a little bit, I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I don't want anything to do with being a hero. That's his main. He
thinks he's a normal person. He's trying to avoid the responsibility of the power he has. Yeah.
So yeah, but I love the fact that they referred to him right off the bat as there's a character named Pops, who's kind of like the mentor. He runs a barber shop and all that, and he was kind of these people's mentors. He's kind of a legend in the Harlan community. And he's kind of like an old thug that made something good of his life, and he refers to him as Power Man. I love that. That was a cool. That was a cool little hey Power Man. That was a cool. Cool little thing they threw in. They mentioned the Avengers, once or twice,
Oh.
Pretty cool. Not too bad.
Cool.
Awesome.
Once you guys have seen it, maybe, or at least Janser, we'll get into more detail about it. Break it down a little more.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sure, man.
I did watch the last 2, or I should say the only 2 episodes for season 4. Luke Cage. God damn it!
I have not gotten that far in Luther yet.
Luther, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we won't spoil it for you, Count. But damn, even though there's only 2 episodes, they're powerful, really good episodes.
Something happened there because it should have been more than 2.
Yes,
there should have been 4 at least.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, the way episode 2 ended was like, oh no, it can't end.
They leave it open,
so much.
And that's not a spoiler. They just leave it open, like a to be continued kind of thing, like big time.
That's you can spoil it. I'm gonna watch it regardless.
No, it's the other people watching.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. I want to give a little bit
of
time. Yeah. But it's definitely good. There's definitely some great scenes in there that I was like, yep, that's Luther, And there's some new stuff that they show. I'm gonna mention one thing, Gamertron. It's not gonna spoil anything because no one will know. The motorcycle scene. Okay, all right. That's enough. So
I'll just say that was fucking awesome.
It's so good,
so fucking awesome.
Damn. All right, so no one knows what we're talking about. All right, anyways, but yeah, that's I did watch that, but that's about it.
I have 5 more episodes of Luther to watch. I've seen the first 11.
Well, we're talking about stuff we watched on Netflix. I've been watching the Minority Report TV show.
What?
Recently came to... Yeah, Minority Report got made into a TV show, and it kind of like its sequels after the movie.
Do you have this on your Netflix count?
I think I do have that one.
What? Because he's in Canada. He sometimes sees things that I never see.
Yeah, we would have different feeds. Yeah, I had to search for Luther to find Luther, but Minority Report, I'll have to. I think I've seen that.
I've been watching it. It's a decent show. It's better than most of the trite that's on television nowadays. It actually has a continuing.
You mean
plot.
detritus?
Detritus? What?
You said most of the trite. You mean detritus.
What's
Trite,
detritus?
it just means trivial and small. Detritus means trash, garbage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just say.
You had the
trash
right
then, yes.
idea. It's okay. Sorry, I know English.
No problem. No problem, man. But yeah, I've been.
We all
liking
know you love the
Minority-
French, and French is your first language. So.
Ah, sacré bleu, monsieur. Come on, ça va.
Pepe Le
Tabernacle.
Pew.
Just a chance to take a shot at you. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, okay. With Minority Report, like I've been enjoying it for what it is. It could always be better. Like, it could always be better. Like it is kind of like it doesn't tackle deep issues or anything like that. It's nothing in the same ballpark as Lufer, but I find the show entertaining. It does have a unique spin on your typical crime drama. If you watch Minority Report, that you know that there's these special characters called precogs.
Right.
These human beings that can see murders in the future before they happen. So it's a very interesting, unique spin on a crime drama where you have this detective working with a precog who can see murders before they happen, and instead of trying to solve a murder, they're trying to solve a murder before it happens, which leads to some very unique situations, which I find very intriguing and enjoyable. And again, the show has a continuous plot, and each episode, like it's a bigger and bigger crime. I don't feel like there's much filler, because everything almost always contributes to the main running plot, which I really like. Not a lot of shows do that. I'm not big into shows that it's like monster of the week, villain of the week sort of deal. I like a continuous story that keeps building and growing. And this show does that. It also surprised me with a few plot twists, which I didn't see coming or didn't expect from the show. So I've been enjoying Minority Report for what it is so far. I've been enjoying the show. Also, the main female lead, the main actress, she is hot. She is hot as hell, and the show goes out of the way to show her cleavage and her ass, which I can appreciate.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
What's
put
her
this
name?
on my list here.
What's the actress?
I'm going to look up right now. I'm sure I've seen her in some other things, but not in a leading role.
You're just opening up your bookmarks tab and
Minority
clicking
Report,
on the saved page that you had.
series. Here we go. The actress, her name is Megan Good. Megan Good.
Oh, okay. It's good with an E on the end.
No, actually, it's just Good. It's Megan Good.
Okay.
What she's been in the she's been in the Anchorman movies.
Yeah.
She's been in Saw movies apparently. Been in Deception. I've heard of that TV show Deception. I don't think I've ever watched that.
Is she a brunette?
Been in Californication. She's been in Californication.
Is she a brunette?
No.
Okay, then I have no idea.
Wait, brunette. No. I can.
Yeah, she is. She's actually
brunette. I am a dumbass. Sorry. Yes, she is.
She's black, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of Damages. Never mind. You said Deception.
Oh, you saw Damages?
No,
You've
but
seen
I
that
know
show?
the like lead actress, and I've always had a thing for that lady. I don't know why. Yeah, that brunette woman. She went on to other things, but she's.
Who are we talking about? Damages.
I can't remember what her name is, and I'd have to look it up. Sorry, but anyways.
I watched Damages with my folks. That was a powerful show there.
I never
powerful
saw it.
Show.
Rose Byrne?
Rose Byrne. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, whew. Yeah, I don't know. Something about, yeah. I don't know, man. I can't say it. Some people have, so it is what it is.
Oh, no. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about somebody else.
Who, the old lady? Whoever she is. I can't remember who it is. There's an older actress. She's a good actress, but I can't remember what her name is. Anyways.
Angela Lansbury?
Yeah. Man. Woo, turns it on.
She's hot, dude. Angela
Fire
Lansbury.
down below. Woof. Wait, that could be Krabs. Wait, that's not what Krabs does.
Hey,
that
wait
could
a
be
second.
some
Rose
STD.
Byrne was in Star Wars Episode 2: Attack of the Clones.
Right? Wasn't she
was
like
she was the body double.
She was a double. Yep.
She was the
Amidala.
body double of what's her face?
Padme.
Yeah. What's the actress?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. I can't believe because I was making comments about her. Yeah, it's like the 9 degrees of Natalie Portman or some shit. We always bring up her. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay.
I derailed you.
Yeah, I think I derailed us.
Well, there wasn't much to derail. Anyways, well, Count, you played The Division this week. Please, I would love to know your thoughts on the game. And it's great to have someone else on PC that I can finally play with.
Hey, wait a second. You're putting me on the spot.
I know. Look at that.
But Division.
Tell us now.
I only played like.
Tell us now.
I played about an hour and a half. I only played about an hour and a half. Gamertron.
Okay.
That's all I had a chance for. I love it. It's on the Steam weekend sale right now.
Yes.
It was 40% off, so I got it for like $36 or $35.99. Yeah, $36. But I was like, I'll probably never play it. But I have to say that once I played it for about an hour, I'm looking forward to my next session because the game runs smooth and it looks beautiful. So that's about all I can say for it. I love the gunfire. The guns feel great. They sound great.
You've only got an SMG and a pistol right now, right?
Oh, I got some kind of Navy. I went to the vendor and bought a Navy rifle, some kind of auto rifle. I forget what it was called. Yeah, I love the safe houses. I love how they have the person in the background talking over the intercom system in the safe houses, like giving telling like propaganda and stuff like that. Yeah,
yes.
The Navy MP5, I believe, Graham. That Grammatron Dryad.
Oh yeah, that's a great SMG. Wait till you get your hands on some of the other weapons, Count, like some assault rifles, shotguns, and LMGs. Oh, LMGs in this have some real kick to them.
Navy M4, I believe that's the one I bought. It's a low level. Like I said, I'm only like level 4. I just hit level 4 or whatever. So yeah, I'm a noob. I think I got killed. I think I've been killed like once during the first couple easy missions, but yeah, it's good. I love the cover system.
Very smooth, eh?
Yeah, how you jump over obstacles, really smooth, and the game runs beautiful. Yeah, I was saying that earlier. Volts, Grammatron Dryad knows his fucking weapons. I'll tell you that. He's asking in the chat, do you think the Division is so different from Destiny? Yeah, I mean, in a way, I can see small comparisons, but yeah, it doesn't feel anything like Destiny at all. I mean, really, but I can see some small little similarities, but not really, not that much. But it's a great game. I'm glad I bought it. I'm still under the Steam refund of 2 hours. If I didn't want to refund it, but I don't see refunding it. I was worried about the way the game was going to run because you had said something, but man, I've got everything on,
that's me.
I've got everything on Ultra, and I think I've got some of it turned down to high.
A new rig though.
Yeah, that's true. New rig, new processor, new 1070. It's running beautiful. It is running beautiful, and yeah, I'm having fun with it. Hour and a half worth. They say though that the game gets kind of monotonous and repetitive and boring after you reach the higher levels. So
we'll because see. Once you reach max level, that you go into the end game, and the end game is basically either go into the dark zone or replay story missions.
See, I'm not really big on the Dark Zone stuff. That doesn't really sound that interesting to me, but I'll try it. I'll probably get my
It's
ass
best to
handed
go
to
with
me.
a buddy. So, once I get my new card installed and hopefully get the Division working, you and I can head to the Dark Zone.
Well, I'll try to get my guy leveled up a little bit, and or if you wanted to start new guys, whatever, we could do that. But yeah, I'm loving the game so far. I don't see. I read through so many mixed reviews on Steam, and a lot of them are negative. I just don't see it. I still don't like it as much as I like Destiny, but I really like Destiny. So, I haven't.
It's simple
it a chance.
Hype. It's simple over hype count. Like once people get hyped for a game, they expect one thing, and when they get another, they call it shit.
Yep. There was another game I was thinking about buying, like a cheaper game called Beloved, or it's like a Doom-based. It's kind of like Doom, first-person shooter. Unloved.
Yeah, that's the game. Unloved is basically it's a Doom mod. It's a Doom mod that got made into a full game.
I was thinking about getting that. They have it for like $8.99 right now.
Like the old engine of Doom? Yeah, it's got to be the old one. Yep.
Yeah. But it got remade with Unreal Engine, I think.
Right.
Huh.
So it looks a little better, and yeah.
It looks better, and I understand the appeal. Like it's a horror a horror style first person shooter, very bloody and gory. But I look at screenshots and of Unloved, and it to me personally doesn't look that good.
It's hard to tell. Maybe these images are just massively compressed, but they don't look very good. It looks very
Okay, I won't be buying that then. You guys just swayed.
No, I'm looking at it right
Really?
now, and it's hard to tell maybe it's the style of the background. Maybe it's because everything. Oh, I see what it is. They put some kind of like texture on the overlay that you're looking through. That's why everything looks like muddy. There's like blood texture on the actual. Maybe that's because the guy's hurt. You know how they do that sometimes, where they splatter the screen with blood or whatever.
That's the signifier that you're injured.
There's also, I think, just a lot of blood, so it looks like there's a red filter, but in reality, there's just a shitload of blood.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, it's gotten very positive so far. 85% of the positive users.
I don't think these screenshots do it any justice. These are not. They don't do it any justice. It's probably the atmosphere and all of that probably do a lot better in the actual mechanics. I wouldn't go off of the screenshots for sure.
Well, okay, I'll give the game a chance. I'll look more into Unloved.
Cool. We expect to see you playing it on stream.
I'll try. But speaking of me playing games, I mostly played 2 games this week. First off, Paladins. I really got into Paladins this week, and Paladins also had an update which reintroduced a fan favorite character from when the game was in closed beta, not an open beta, Ying, that wonderful elf lady with the massive rack. So Ying is back.
What is it with you and breasts tonight, man?
Haydee? Oh god, yeah, Paladins. I looked at it. I hate the look of it. It's so.
You don't like that kind of.
I don't like this Fisher Price look at all. I just don't.
Fisher Price look?
Yeah, it looks like children's game.
Well, I've downloaded Paladins, and I've also downloaded Paragon, but I haven't had a chance to play either one.
Oh, dude, you got to tell me how Paragon runs on your 1070
when
you get the chance. I'd love to, because Paragon is a very demanding game, very visually demanding.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'd love to know how it runs on your system. But when it comes to Paladins, I understand not digging the art style completely. I completely get that, Janser. But as for the gameplay, I find it very fun. I've been really enjoying Paladins this week. I've really been enjoying it, and I've really enjoyed playing Ying. I understand why she's a fan favorite character. She's fucking awesome. She has this ability where she can make like a decoy, a duplicate of herself that acts like a healing station that heals her and her teammates. But with a single click of a button, that decoy turns from a healing station into a bomb that seeks out enemies. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun timing your decoys to heal teammates and get enemies near your decoys so that you can trigger them and do massive damage. I find that a lot of fun. I find that an interesting challenge, and I can't think of another video game character that has an ability like that. So I found playing Paladins and playing specifically as Ying very fucking fun. I really enjoyed playing as her.
Over-sexualized elf.
Yep. She's wearing like green cloth and one of those things you put on your.
I see one with her in purple. Is that the same character?
No, that's Sky. That's Sky, different character. Ying is an elf. She's wearing like green turquoise clothing. She's got her legs exposed.
She doesn't look over-sexualized. She just looks like she's wearing some kind of like.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying she's over-sexualized, but if you're actually in the game, if you're
I thought you were reading it from something. Count.
Oh,
all these characters look over sexual.
Oh yeah.
What about the dwarf? He didn't look over sexual to me at all.
Well, that beard
man.
though.
He just looked like a cartoon like toy. That's all. And I was like, ugh. I just hate that look. Like that's why I don't like Bloodborne either, or not Bloodborne. Battleborn.
Wait,
it's just so childish looking. Yeah.
But what about Borderlands?
Borderlands is not that far extent-wise. It doesn't look like Lego shapes and like flat colors of thing. It's got a lot of detail still to it, and you don't really look at your characters, that often.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, I can understand that perspective. I can get that. Yeah.
Like if you
Paragon
look at
may be more of a better MOBA game for you.
Yeah, because I'm so fucking edgy that I need to have that kind of thing.
You're edgy.
I'm not
edgy
even.
cool.
I'm gonna make fun of myself because apparently I need to have that shit. You know, something's wrong with me where I can't play a fucking game if it looks like it's for tykes. You know, I don't know what's.
I'm a similar way, Janzer. I can't play the first Mass Effect because I find the visuals atrocious.
In what way?
The undetailed textures. The
okay, well, that's of the time. You can't really.
Yeah, exactly,
Plus, there are mods for that kind of stuff. Yeah. Now you just. But can you play the original Doom? You want to talk about shitty looking? Yeah.
Yeah,
that looks like trash.
Awful.
That's garbage.
I'm shocked that there are hardcore Doom fans that defend that. Like, I can understand loving the gameplay, but how can you defend those visuals?
It's of the times, you know. It's like the original Halo. Look at not the original Halo. Yeah, the original Halo for sure, definitely dated. But the original,
I will give the original Halo this. It's aged well. It's aged well. Yeah, I'd say so. It's aged well. The character models and the level design, like. They're just so well designed. I think that
I guess because there's so little detail, so that's so flat. That's like a modern type of design, not modern in like of the age, but of like the style. It's extremely simplistic and flat, so it can surpass. It can be very timeless. So yeah.
But going back to Paladins, again, I've been really enjoying the game. I bought the Founders Edition thing, so I had access to all the heroes. I haven't played as them all yet. I got to play as a good chunk of them. There's some good variety in the game, but I completely understand. Like, I've even pointed this out in a video when I played the game. Like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff from a lot of other games, including Overwatch and Battleborn. Especially the similarities when it comes to characters, absolutely. But Paladins does have its own style, its own feel. I will admit Paladins doesn't have... The shooting doesn't feel as good as the other shooters. It's very floaty, very light, doesn't have as much oomph to it. But there's such visual chaos on the screen, and all these characters using all their special abilities. There's explosions, particle effects, well, cartoony particle effects, and it's bombastic, it's loud. I find it very enjoyable.
Big bombastic boobs.
That too.
That's
Lots
the name of this episode. Big bombastic boob.
Yeah,
I love that.
Can do that.
Wait, big bombastic BBB. This is the B free cast.
B3. Oh yeah, that reminds me. We were playing Titanfall last night, and we just I realized B3 Wingman. They have a pistol called the B3 Wingman. So now we want people in the community that listen to send us all the places that they find BBB or B3.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially in video games.
You guys were playing Titanfall last night?
The original?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
I think it was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Something
good
like
fun,
that.
Though. Like, it doesn't matter the time of day. That game fills you with adrenaline. Always a good time.
It's perfected. I mean, the movement is damn good. Somebody asked, like, would Warframe movement be better than Titanfall? And I was like, Warframe has more movement options. That's just the fact. Like, you can change direction mid-air in Warframe. You know, there's so many options with Warframe that it's hard to, like, beat the movement of that in any other game. You know, it's really hard to think of another game that gives you that many different options. You can do that, you know, you can do so much stuff with it. So, yeah.
Very true. Very true. What was that? Oh, but speaking of Titanfall, before I get into the other game I played this week, more Titanfall 2 stuff came out this week, including showing off the game in 4K resolution. There's videos on YouTube right now that show the game off in 4K. Of course, it looks bloody gorgeous. But more importantly, they showed off some single-player campaign missions on an exclusive YouTube gaming live stream. And I have to say, it fucking looks amazing. The single-player campaign of Titanfall looks fucking awesome. It looks like it has variety. It looks like it's epic. It has scale. It fucking looks awesome. I cannot wait to play Titanfall 2 the end of this month. Oh my god, the campaign looks wicked. Oh, can't wait.
How did I know he was going to say all this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Grammaton Dryad in the chat is saying everything with 3 B's.
Oh, he's saying some things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to repeat them because I know
I think I can't say the first one just for the sake of, like, come on. I don't even know where that comes from.
Booger bombs.
Where does that come from, Graham? Jesus Christ. I'm not like.
Speaking of Graham, I got to play Destiny with him. We dual streamed for about 2 hours.
Oh, cool.
I fucking missed it because I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, you are.
I showed up at the last second I was like, haha, I'm here. And Count's like, I'm shutting down. I was fuck.
Well, he had to go and I had to go.
And then I jumped over to Graham's stream. I was like, ha. And he's like, I'm shutting down. I was like, oh, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's making me crack up on the webcam here.
Oh, did you guys try out the new Rise of Iron content yet?
Yeah, we did it.
Oh, you did Rise of Iron. What'd you think?
Yeah,
of it?
we did. I did that. We went through some of the story. I actually did the new strike by myself, like the following day. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not too bad. I can see where they're gonna burn. I guess the raid's really hard. I haven't even done the raid for the Taken King.
Oh, what?
Nobody
really?
wants to. Well, there's no way you have to. There's no way to queue up for a raid. You have to have a party. So, but Rise of Iron is good. I like it.
Okay, I'm glad to hear, man.
Yep.
Speaking of good things, the other game I got to play this week for the first time, Lost Planet Free. I haven't played the first Lost Planet. Only played 2. Really enjoyed 2. Playing Lost Planet Free this week was a massive surprise. I was expecting a good game. I was expecting it to kind of be like Lost Planet 2. It's nothing like Lost Planet 2. They've changed the gameplay mechanics. They've changed the story. They even changed like the Acrid, the infamous alien bug monsters of the series. They've changed their designs as well. It was a lot of change. It was a lot of everything was different from Lost Planet 2, which threw me off a little, but once I played the game and got to understand the type of game that this was, what they were going for, I friggin' fell in love with it. I love Lost Planet Free. It has, as a single-player game, as a single-player campaign, it's fucking amazing. The story is fantastic. The story and characters are simply fucking fantastic. They're really well written, really well voice acted. Especially the main character and his wife. The main character's name is Jim Payton. He goes onto the planet of Edian Free, the planet where, well, the Lost Planet. He goes to Edian Free in order to sign up for a mining job.
But if everyone knows about it, how is it lost?
I know, right?
It's part 3. At this point, a lot of motherfuckers know. Because...
Yeah, I know.
Volts, by the way, says
like
it sucks.
Columbus discovering America.
It doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone discovered my land.
Hey, I'm discovering your backyard, Janzer.
Trump's like, go home. I'm like, fuck you, I am.
Yeah.
You go home.
But Lost Planet Free, like its main character Jim Payton, like he goes for the regular everyday man. And it works out really well. Like, this is a great character who truly loves his family, that is willing to go through hell to take this impossible, horrible job on this desolate, frozen wasteland filled with alien predators just to get enough money to pay for to support his family. Like, and again, the voice acting is so well done and so natural.
Like a movie.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And the cutscenes are
like,
movie
what's the
quality.
gameplay like? I don't really get a gist of it at all.
The gameplay, it plays like it's a third-person shooter and a first-person melee game. Now, when you're playing as Jim on the ground, it's basically a third-person shooter. There, you have a free weapon limit. You have a pistol and a variety of assault rifles, shotguns, stuff like that. The gameplay doesn't do anything special like in Warframe or Mass Effect or anything like that. It's very, very standard third-person shootery. What makes it stand out, though, is your rig, which is basically a giant mining mech that you get. And when you enter your rig, it goes into the first person, and you have a giant claw arm and a giant drill arm. And you can use that for melee and engaging in special 1v1 boss battles with giant alien Acrid. There was this awesome boss battle against what was basically a scorpion, a giant scorpion. And how that boss battle went is I had to time counters and dodges to grab its tail when it was trying to sting me, grab the tail, and hold it while I used my drill to drill into a weak spot and just rip off the tail. Game has some awesome boss battles when you're in the rig and you're going 1v1 against these giant aliens where you have to time blocks and dodges and counters, use your claw arm to hold them or do damage, and then drill into their weak spots. It's that part of the gameplay was really cool, really fun, and was a really good counter to the very typical and generic third-person shooting. But what carries the game through and through is its story and characters. I wasn't expecting this from a Lost Planet game, because Lost Planet 2, it was barely... The story was not the game's
Do you want to bring in Volts or not?
Because
Because he's played 1 and 2, I think. He could totally, like, video game battle you right now, because he says Part 3 sucks.
Well, has he beat Part 3?
I don't know.
Because
Most
I
of
don't think
Steam
he's beat Part
agrees
3.
with Volts.
Yeah, he's
Most
in
of
love with
Steam.
Part 1, and I think he likes Part 2. He was explaining it to me while I was playing on live stream the other day. Dark Souls, in fact.
What do you mean most agree with Volt's count?
Well, it's got mixed reviews.
Mixed, not negative.
A lot of them are.
And if we take a look, positive reviews, over 1,000. Negative,
Okay,
over
never mind. He
700.
hasn't even played 3.
Yeah.
I thought he played it and didn't like it. Never mind.
Ah.
All
There you
right,
go.
well, that sounds like a thing. I like the visual look of the title.
Yeah, it's an interesting
Lost
looking
Planet
game.
3, you know, but
Why
I don't...
Why does he have to go here to support his family?
Because apparently in the far future, Earth is having an energy crisis, and jobs are scarce, unemployment is rampant. There's no like jobs to create resources for Earth, so we have to go out into the distant galaxy.
It's from
and
2013.
EDN-free,
All right. Go ahead. I'm just looking at it, too.
Poor
adding
guy.
in little things.
no problem. Again, like it's just really good. I don't really know how else to say it, and I don't want to spoil too much for anyone who wants to play Lost Planet Free. I'm definitely going to be making a video on
That's
it.
a ringing endorsement. I don't know what to say, but it's really good.
No, I know what to say. But what I want to say spoils the game,
Gotcha.
and I don't want to spoil it.
Okay,
And-
how about this? This game is $25, right?
Yes, on Steam right now.
$25 made in 2013, or $20 made in 2008 for Mass Effect. Which one? Which one do you think? Who's the winner there? You know,
Winner.
Good question.
which is
What?
the better game for that $20 to $25? The older game or the newer game? Which one would you
rather-
recommend? Yeah.
What was your recommendation on that?
Ooh,
Maybe
that's an interesting
Because
one.
Lost Planet sounds like it has a really interesting story. Like I said, it sounds like a movie.
Yeah,
So-
I know.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got to admit, I really love the story of Mass Effect, but I really think that 2 and 3 are the games that stole the show and really perfected BioWare's storytelling. One was like one was the starter, the prototype that eventually led to the excellence that is 2 and 3. So, and Lost Planet 3 is the conclusion to the series, the last game in the series, and I feel like it did something that the Lost Planet games weren't really known for or good for. But Lost Planet, you played it for the gameplay and fighting the alien Acrid, which is in 3. It's not as cool as it was in 2, but to make up for that, it just has a really good story with really good characters, which I think is worth experiencing. So you know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe I would go Lost Planet Free over Mass Effect.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think you pissed off a lot of gamers right now. But
Well, if you're asking me if it was Mass Effect 2 and Lost Planet Free, then I'd say Mass Effect 2 over Lost Planet Free.
what about
'Cause
Mass
that-
Effect 3 though? Since it's 3
Oh yeah,
versus
that
3.
too. That as well.
What about Rocky 3 if you throw that in there?
Shut up, fool.
Yeah. A pitiful girl. Ah!
Who's the fool that makes me spend $25 on Lost Planet 3?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. T's in that movie, so it's no competition, really.
I might get Lost Planet 3. I might buy it.
I recommend it, man. I
I'll
recommend.
put it on my wish list.
Again, the gameplay, the third-person shooting, it's nothing stellar. The first-person mech combat is really cool, but it's that story and characters that really steal the show. I'm not gonna lie, at the end of the game, when the ending and the credits rolled around, I was in tears. Like there was a moment that happened. I was like, "Wow!"
For
I didn't
Lost
see that
Planet
coming.
3?
Yeah, for Lost Planet 3, it got me in tears because the
Let me
characters
guess.
were
He
so
sent his
well
first
done.
paycheck home to his wife, and his wife had an affair with another guy
That's-
who was on
that-
Lost Planet 3, and you were very upset about that. And you
So
started
they're
crying.
going realistic. All right.
I mean, I hate to spoil the game for everyone out there. That's what happens. Believe me.
Sure,
I wish
Count.
I could make a game, but anyway. I'm a talentless hack, so, but yeah.
Well,
this game is
actually,
pretty cool.
that's the only qualification to be an indie developer now. Go ahead, Count. You can get your game on Steam Greenlight. Perfect.
There you go.
And then Jim Sterling can bring attention to you, and it'll be
Yeah.
professional developer at that
I
point.
can see what he'd say about my video game. Jesus fucking
Repurposed, assets. How? Oh, yeah,
Yes.
I can't imagine. With his dragon dildo
Boglins.
and his boggles or whatever they're called,
Christ.
and his dragon dildo. Can't forget that.
Yeah, I might buy that.
Yeah, I saw.
I
Jim,
was thinking about Mafia 3, but supposedly Mafia 3, they're holding back the critic reviews until the game releases or something.
Uh-oh.
They're not gonna, or there was something like that.
I've heard positive about it.
Oh, you
going
can
on.
preload the game now, huh? Oh, it's coming out October 7th? Holy shit, I
Yeah.
didn't realize the game was coming out so soon.
Yeah,
I thought it was coming
Angry
out in
Joe's
November.
been streaming. He got a preview copy. He's streaming it.
Oh, cool. Like,
Yep.
I got to admit, I've never been interested in the Mafia games, but free
Well,
does
it's against
look
your
cool.
morality. I mean, you wouldn't want
That's
to play
true.
this game.
You don't want to kill people.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to kill
What about those
innocent
aliens'
civilians.
lives?
I have
Mafia
Don't
no-
the
is
aliens?
terrible.
I have
Don't
no
the
problem
alien
with
lives
killing
matter?
gangsters. I have no problem with killing gangsters. I'm just innocent civilians. Like going out of your way to kill innocent civilians. That's the objective of the game. That's why I didn't like hatred. Mafia Free looks like it has a really good story. I'm everything I've seen of the story that they've portrayed the game. It looks really good, and the visuals too. The game looks gorgeous.
I don't know. What should I get? Mafia 3 or Lost Planet 3?
One's more
The
expensive.
Battle of the Threes.
Yeah.
Well, money's no object. Just say money's
Oh,
no
okay.
object.
Okay, if money's.
I'm not worried about money.
Well,
Money
I
is an
haven't
object. Don't
played
get me
Mafia
wrong,
Free-
but
I haven't played Mafia Free, so I can't tell you whether it's going to be good or not. But I can tell you that Mafia Free is looking good. Everything
Okay.
they've shown so far, it's looking good.
all right. You're a big help.
Ha.
I appreciate it.
So far, every game from now on, we're going to compare it to Lost Planet 3 as far as what we should buy. Like, should I get Titanfall 2 or Lost Planet 3?
I'm trying to help out with this one right now. I just forgot the name of this one movie.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to see if they have a part 3. So, what were the options? Mafia 3, Lost Planet 3, Mass Effect 3,
Oh,
Rocky
gee.
3,
Rocky 3.
or the Expendables 3. Which one are we?
Expendables
Which one are we
Blade
getting?
3.
We
Blade
want to know
3,
which
yeah,
one's
with
better.
Ryan Reynolds.
$25. Which one?
Oh,
$20
dear.
to $25 range.
I'd have to go Rocky 3.
I think Rocky 3. Hey, woman. Hey,
I
woman.
love Rocky 3.
Yeah. Mr. T's
I bet you
massive,
lay
man.
at night wishing you had a real man
He's
like Game of Thrones.
such a horrible.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Bring your pretty little self over
Hey,
to
boy.
Game of Thrones apartment
Hey
tonight.
boy. Yeah.
He'll show you.
I love that scene. That there is no tomorrow.
Yeah.
I use that. Yeah. Love it. Yeah. All right.
And then, of
so-
course, Apollo comes in. You know, that's not the way you do it. You know, when he stops by the gym at night, you know, after he got his shit kicked out of him.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
I've got nothing. I'm done here. So whatever y'all got,
Oh.
please throw them out.
Oh well, I just talked about all the gaming news and games I played this week. I
Cool.
was so
I think we're wrapping up. Awesome.
Yeah, not
we
a
finally
whole
get
lot of
done early.
Yeah, the only thing Marvel Heroes, if you log in Saturday, which I think I'm a little late with this info, you get a free Luke Cage character because they're doing of course they do the Luke Cage promo with the Netflix. Yeah, they do the Netflix promos, you know, with the they try to have some kind of content, but they changed the login screen. It's got Luke Cage there, and they have a Jessica Jones team up now, so you can play Luke Cage for free. You can have the free character, and you can have Jessica Jones. You have to buy her though. You have to have the Jessica Jones team up with him. So
oh.
I've not bought the Jessica Jones yet, but I'm going to. So that's it.
That's cool. Were they playable characters before, and they're
Yeah,
just-
no, Jessica Jones wasn't. She's new.
Oh, okay.
She's a team up now, but yeah, they've had Luke Cage since, you know, basically since the game's released. But Yeah, they're trying to hype him. So they're giving anybody that logs in on Saturday gets him for free. So.
Ooh.
Oh, you've got an hour and a half left. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, I think we're done. I mean,
yeah,
Evolve.
Like,
I think we went over that last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the changes to Slim, the keys, blah blah.
Oh no, we didn't go over the keys. Actually, the keys that was after Slim.
Yeah, my weeks are. I had a long week, so even though I had a short day on there.
Well, I guess we'll just go over that quick. Evolve got another update, and it finally added the microtransactions. Well, at least in the U.S. That
update, right, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they added the microtransactions, which are called gold keys. You can now buy gold keys with real money, at least in the U.S. Again, this is U.S. exclusive right now. They haven't brought it over to other parts of the world. And I find it reasonable.
Yeah.
I find it reasonable. Like, it's a free-to-play game. It needs microtransactions to, survive. But, of course, and I talked about this with Jans early in the week, of course there were some people that were fucking... We all saw this coming. We all knew as soon as they added the microtransactions, which we all knew were coming. Everyone knew this game was going to get microtransactions sooner or later. And, of course, there were people that fucking complained.
Yeah.
This is one of those times where I think you can agree with me, Janter. This is pure gamer entitlement. They wanted the game absolutely free. They didn't want any. They want no purchases whatsoever. You download it, play it. Don't have to worry about buying anything. Totally free to play. And that game. I'm sorry to burst people's bubble, but that game cannot exist, and it will never exist. It's not possible.
Here's the reason why it's important that the free to play with microtransaction for Evolve specifically isn't a problem, because let me read this here. Let me find this. Is there anything that I cannot buy with gold keys that I can unlock with silver keys? Badges and perks along with select monster skins, hunter skins, and weapon skins. What can I buy with gold keys? Hunters, monsters, monster skins, hunter skins, weapon skins. Are gold keys pay to win? Not a bit. You cannot buy any items. You cannot buy any items that give you a gameplay advantage with gold keys, which is why perks cannot be purchased using them. Some people were saying like, well, what about like the characters? And I was like, that's not giving you an advantage. That's giving you a character that you don't fucking know what to do with yet.
Right.
You don't have any of the perks for that person anyways, so you don't have anything. You're just unlocking a character to work with. But you could have done that with your silver keys regardless. So, sure enough, on the forums, some fucking idiots, right after they posted it, and right after they even released an FAQ specifically talking about the gold keys. That they said it in the post. First off, you can't buy anything like, perks or anything. There's no somebody, oh, fuck this shit, blah, 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 blah. The guy was serious. I'm like, can you read? Or you're just looking to get triggered?
Morons.
And that's it.
Yeah.
You're just looking to get triggered. And then thankfully, everybody dogpiled on that motherfucker. Which is great. That's what the community needs. To just keep it, and it's great that those people are there, the watchdogs. There to watch the developers, make sure they don't No Man's Sky you. No Man's Sky you, bro.
It's like some of the YouTube critics that talk about they just blatantly like generalize microtransactions. Like Angry Joe in one of his videos, his big thing about Evolve was of course the day one DLC stuff and but he was like, they're charging you $3.99 to have a blue gun. Well, who fucking cares? You know what I mean?
That's part of the reason
forcing you to get the blue gun.
Part of the reason why I don't agree with Jim Sterling on some things either. He's like, fuck DLC in any way, shape, or form. You buy the game, and that's all you get. And I'm like, I don't agree. A developer, if I develop more stuff because I have a time lined out, different sets of projects, do I not get paid for this chunk of time for this game? You're saying that I should just throw it in
DLC. There. Day one DLC to me I don't agree with that.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. But I think that it looks very bad.
Yeah.
But that's an image thing, and they should probably not do that. They should wait.
Right.
Yeah, or say we have some DLC planned.
But day one microtransactions for cosmetics and some other stuff are boost, like XP boost. I have no problem with that stuff. If you don't want it,
exactly.
If I want my pretty princess underwear, I want that. That's what I want on my character. Why can't I have it? Because Jim Sterling says I can't have it? Fuck that guy.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
What people need to understand about microtransactions is that it's all about context. Like everything in life, it's all about context. If the microtransactions affect the gameplay and they affect the balance, then yes, that's bullshit. That shouldn't be in there. No one should have to spend money to become more powerful or better at the game.
Just with Deus Ex, the new Deus Ex, where they have microtransactions to buy your skills.
Yeah, that is bullshit.
Fuck that. That's scummy as shit.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That is the stuff you should speak up against. That is bullshit.
Where's the outrage YouTube videos on that?
I know exactly.
Yeah, there hasn't been. I mean, there's been a little bit, but not.
Yeah, Evolve got a ton of shit for its cosmetic microtransactions.
Did Jim Sterling do one on it? I'm curious.
He did. He did. He did two, actually.
Good.
He did two.
Good. Great. That's what he should be doing. Awesome.
But still, like, if the microtransactions are just cosmetic, then it's not a problem. Now, people will immediately bring up, but you complain about Overwatch microtransactions. I complain about Overwatch microtransactions because they're RNG. You can't actually just buy what you want. It's you pay money to gamble and hope you get what you want. That's why I don't like them. Yes, they're just cosmetic. Yes, they don't affect the game, but the fact that you can't just buy what you want, you have to pray and hope and spend more money, probably, maybe, tens of hundreds of dollars, whatever, to just get the skin you want. That is bullshit.
Yep. RNG, hope you get. Yeah, it's gambling. That's straight up gambling.
Exactly.
Actually. That's actually just straight up gambling without any actual.
That's Call of Duty bullshit.
Without any actual like monetary reward behind it. So it's it's scummier because with gambling, you can at least win some money back. With this gambling for a digital asset that means nothing and can never be transferred, or you can never get your money back in any way, shape, or form. They're just literally fucking you. That's all. They're actually allowing you to fuck yourself with their dick. That's really what it is. Sorry,
exactly.
But it's just it's like, okay, insert here, keep doing it on your own. Yeah, it's just a wow. But and if people want to do that, I don't care. That's they want to enjoy that. That's great for them. It's horrible. I don't want games to adopt that type of behavior.
Exactly.
But
but going back to Evolve a bit, breaking news. Just discovered this right now. Upcoming character variations coming out this month. There's an event going to be happening very soon this October called Sheer Horror, and they haven't revealed what they look like, but they've already been basically confirmed by the community. Like they got the name somehow. We're going to have an upcoming character variation for Cabot and Behemoth. The character variation for Cabot is going to be called Battle Cabot, and the upcoming new Behemoth is going to be called Arctic Behemoth. Or instead of being magma-based, he's going to be ice-based.
Oh, nice. Cool.
There's also a new game mode that's going to come out this month. And the last thing, people are saying something to do with maybe loot crates? I'm not sure. People are calling them possibly something new to be added to the cash shop.
Awesome.
Don't know.
RNG crates. That's all we need in that game.
Again, don't know what the crates are, but there's a picture of crates in the upcoming thing.
They probably took one off from Overwatch, and they're doing that RNG crate thing.
We'll see.
So look how much money people throw at them.
They've got a blurred out picture of the Arctic Behemoth.
Yes. I'm excited.
So he'll put up a big ice wall instead of
lewd.
like a... Yeah.
Oh, here's what it will probably do. Where Behemoth's firewall burns and does damage over time, maybe his ice wall will slow down the hunters if they're near it. Oh man, I'm excited! Shit, this. I just discovered this right now. Oh god, now I'm excited. Oh, Evolve, yes.
Cool. All right. That's their little Halloween. That's their Halloween promotion.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Let's wrap
up. Wonder if Destiny's going to bring back the pumpkins on your head.
Oh, nice.
I know Warframe did stuff. I can never remember what it is, but I know.
Oh, they did this. They did the same thing with pumpkin heads.
On the head?
They gave all the enemies pumpkin heads.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Marvel Heroes did. Last year they released Blade on Halloween, and then they had Frankencastle, the Frankenstein Punisher variant team up.
Cool.
Well, I think we good to go, guys?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Unless you guys
I think
have
so.
anything else. I could talk some bullshit about Warframe, but that's just the same thing there. Same old people bullshitting about like we're gonna quit the game and blah 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 blah.
Oh,
blah.
jeez.
Same old
Just
crying.
leave. Why do they have
Yeah.
to announce it?
Same
Just
old
quit.
scrub rank 14 players trying to tell me as a rank 21 how to play the game, and it's stupid shit. Yeah. Good times. All right.
Good
well,
times.
yeah, we're
like
out
this
of here.
podcast.
Good times. Is that what it's called? Thanks for watching the Good Times podcast. This is
The Good Times
the G3
Positivity
podcast.
Podcast.
Yeah,
The P3.
the P3.
Thank you, all of you, so much for watching and listening. Be sure to check us out on iTunes. I always get this wrong, and you guys are probably going to correct me. Podbeam?
Bean.
Fuck.
There is no beam.
Podbean.
It's a bean as in a growing sprout.
Okay, Podbean, so you can check
Yeah,
us out
we're on
iTunes.
Podbean. We're on Stitcher.
Yeah.
I'm looking into another platform as well.
We're going to be in The Witcher 4.
I'll let you know.
It's going to be awesome.
Really?
The Witcher
B3,
4.
yeah. We're going to be 3 NPCs there just talking
There's a
bullshit.
lot of rape and stuff in that game. Isn't
Wow. Okay. I don't know if we
okay,
can do that.
what the
Yeah.
fuck?
there? I'm just saying, I don't think Gamatron would ever touch that game.
What? I've made videos on The Witcher free. What are you talking?
He's a terrible. That's a terrible character.
We're gonna be-
He's a
What?
womanizer.
We're going to be 3 NPCs over a barrel with demons doing various
No.
things to us. Please save us.
What?
And we have to watch out for
I'm
the nose
baffled.
art. Please censor your nose art on the Titanfalls coming.
Oh,
What's
man.
that? October 28th?
Oh,
yes.
You're talking about the, what did they call it? Oh, man, I was on that for a
Pinup
while.
girls.
No.
Yeah, the pinup
That guy, that one article, he said something stupid like
Garish?
Garish life. That garish thug life. That's what they called it. Garish and
What
thug
is the
life
fucking
of a
world
game.
coming to?
Those garish thugs. Oh,
Under my dominion, that's what count.
yeah.
Crazy.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. That's a good idea.
Thank you.
I'm gonna eat my Arby's sandwich. It's going cold. So
Awesome. All right. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
later.